Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Man, we just coming from Jose channel and we are going OT. This has been a crazy game. Shout out to everybody, man. Let me send this out. What's good, Andre? Chilling, bro. We in this bitch. What's up, everybody? Finna invite y'all in. Hold on, I gotta share this. Yep.
We here.
Damn right. We finna go for the OT. We finna see what they finna do.
Raiders got the ball first. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, it's finna be on. What up, big bro?
What's going on, man?
Chilling.
What's up, baby?
I done pissed everybody
What's good?
off with my videos.
Man, boy, man, these damn BBs just pissing me off, dog. These niggas cannot cover worth a damn, dog.
Right.
They cannot cover worth a damn, dog.
They can't cover the worth of damn, and they now allowed to cover worth of damn because it's all about the offense.
Yeah, it's like, damn, dog, it's not going to hurt you to bump the receiver off his pass.
You Borging
Get over
out,
there, bro.
baby.
No, bad.
Man, YouTube didn't even.
You good, Jose?
Yeah, I'm good.
YouTube straight, man.
They always hate.
Nah, I didn't get no notification.
Neither did I.
I just stayed on top of that channel because I knew they'd bullshit with the notifications.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they hating on the channel.
I ran right over here.
Hey.
I was about to choke. Literally.
He blasted him.
Let's go, D. Carl. Let's see what you got, boy.
He said, boy.
I wish I could see.
Yes, sir.
Red
Salute.
Running down the sideline.
Oh, wow.
They in enemy territory now, inside the 40.
What up, man?
So here we go. We got it. Last minute. Carr.
He tried to end this game.
Are you
Ow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he breaks. Up the
One of the
sideline.
last fights. Again.
Tight roping it.
Touchdown wins game.
Yeah.
If they kick a field
And
goal,
Chris wants
they
money.
have a chance. The Ravens defense, and this is what I was telling C Penn. The Ravens defense is trash. He trying to tell me they had a defense. I'm like, bro,
They got the secondary, but they lost some of the. We can say which one, but they did lose Marcus Peters, and you lost one of your key guys.
Yep, that's true.
Now it's what?
Word up, Sterling.
The older Jimmy Smith and
Sterling in the house. What up, Sterling?
what's up, Sterling?
What up, what up, what up?
All they're gonna do is
AB.
all they're gonna do is just not throw to wherever Marlon Humphrey is, and bam.
Visual.
Well, you know they're gonna blame Lamar for the loss.
Of course.
Visual. This game shouldn't be even close.
Right.
This shouldn't be in overtime.
It really shouldn't be. I was saying that Harbaugh should have just just let Lamar go for it on fourth down and then the game.
Hell no. Hell no.
It's not even Harbaugh. It's the damn sorry ass DBs.
Exactly.
Niggas can't cover.
Yeah,
Niggas
man.
cannot. Yeah,
But
just
you gotta know who you
been.
got.
Second half.
But that's on their head coach.
But you know what though, fam? It ain't just them. It's the whole NFL and the whole college that I'm pissed off. It's just like these damn defensive coordinators don't teach their damn corners and safeties how to fucking cover.
Yep.
How the hell you gonna? What pisses me off? Why would you let the receiver run a clean route? Bump his ass, dog.
Throw it away.
You gotta bump him to throw the damn route on.
Right.
That helps your pass coverage. Damn.
How do you show press coverage and then let them get a free release? That don't make no damn sense.
Thank you. Thank you, dog. Thank you. You cannot let these receivers get free releases the whole game and expect to stop somebody, dog. It's not gonna happen. Every time you do that, that's an L.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked like the Giants were doing on Sunday. They took it out. Bitch ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm keep calm. I ain't gonna think too much back on that. Okay, Carl, what you got? Oh, damn, now it's over. Touchdown!
Oh man, Carl.
What happened?
Touchdown, Derek Carr.
Touchdown Raiders. Touchdown Raiders.
Touchdown Raiders?
Yeah. Mike Edwards catch and run.
Yeah.
Score.
Got him.
Oh, the Raiders won?
The Raiders won.
The Raiders won.
Hey, niggas, boys been talking down on that boy Carr. Dog, Carr is a nice quarterback, dog. He just didn't have no help.
Man, Ravens defense suck.
David Cox right
Shut
there.
up.
Carlos off here and there. We'll see how good he is on the season.
The Ravens defense is trash.
No, see, this is what
happened.
This is why I said you should let that.
No true pass rush, though. No true pass rush.
That's why they should have left the ball in Lamar's hands, because you know your defense is suspect. Or at least you should know your defense. I'm sorry, Chris.
Oh, what?
I didn't hear you, Chris.
Go ahead, Chris.
I'm putting that deposit on the Chiefs to beat these fucking clowns.
Yeah.
Oh no, it ain't a touchdown. His knee was down.
His knee was down?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, his knee was down.
You dumbass.
Yo, yeah, seen that? Yeah, I saw that Chiefs game yesterday, man. The Cleveland sucked, man.
Yeah.
They still look a stake by the lake.
They was in the lead. They let the Chiefs made a comeback. Oh,
All Cleveland had to do as young was run the damn football, dog. Run the football. You got two of the best backs in the league and you don't run.
That's your strength. Why would you get away from your strength?
This is the problem. This is what HD always say, and I agree with my little bro now. They always try to make Baker Mayfield the end all be all. It's like, nah, bro, he's not that dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
He is not that dude.
bro, what is y'all celebrating for? The game not over?
Because they so obsessed these coaches are so obsessed with winning their way as opposed to just winning the damn game. Listen, take the fucking lead. You go if you doing your job, you all gonna get the credit at some point, unless you
Facts.
egomaniacal motherfucker like Bill Belichick.
Yeah, it's overtime.
Yeah.
It's not a touchdown. It's not a touchdown. The guy was down. His knee was down.
Just down before the goal line. But that's still a great effort by him.
Yeah.
Man,
So now they got to hold him to a field goal.
They gonna score anyway. So
Look, if they don't score, man,
something wrong. Something wrong.
Bro. I ain't gonna lie, that 83 Waller. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Waller, that dude.
Oh my god.
I formation, goal line set.
Old school.
Or is it?
He didn't get in.
Oh,
Just short.
He didn't get in?
No.
Okay.
Just short.
Yeah.
Want a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Man. That's been my weekend, bro. Bro. I can't stand these damn defensive coordinators in this secondary, dog.
Oh, he got in.
I can't stand some of these damn offenses either.
No, he didn't.
What the fuck?
Yeah, me too. It's like everybody wants to pass. It's like, man, it's not gonna hurt you to run the ball, man.
Stanford.
We talk about some of these teams that don't run the ball. It's not because they can't. It's because they just don't. It'd be stupid. Like
they just don't want to run. It's like, bro, what's the purpose of throwing 500 times and don't have no balanced offense, dog?
Yo, you got
I don't understand that.
You got guys that their strong suit ain't passing. It's the balanced game plan, but you won't put the ball in their hands anyway.
Yeah, you want these quarterbacks to be the savior. Like, nah, dog. That's not how I win football games. I'm gonna have a balanced attack.
They turned it into a passing lead. They wanted to be nothing but passing. They didn't went away from the running back because the running back's wide is mainly black guys. So they turned it into a passing lead so they could promote their great white height. Y'all got to pay attention to the big picture.
No, that's true.
Oh my god!
They suck at everyone into it, and they make it all
into that narrative, and that's why their ass not gonna win no Super Bowls.
Jose, that was a big fire penalty, right?
All start. That's a
right there. That's 5 yards right there. That's 5 yards.
Yeah, it's 5
yards.
It's not over yet now.
That's
fucking idiot.
Yo, man's really came with a false start. They just shifted their line, and he said, "I'm a."
But bro, you do got a point though, man. They are trying to make these white quarterbacks the savior for their teams.
That's how it went, though.
Look at the running backs. If you name 5 top running backs, they all black. If you name 10 of them, they all black. There's no white guy in the conversation. But when you name quarterbacks, you got at least 6 or 7 that's white in the top 10. Or the top 15.
Yeah.
So you got to look at it. It's the schematic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But they go find out. They go find out though. You can't throw the ball 100 damn times and win the damn Vince Lombardi.
There are not 15 quarterbacks.
Jose, do you go for it if you don't convert it?
No.
There are not 15 quarterbacks in this league that are better than Cam Newton. No. But they would have you think otherwise.
Right.
I don't know. And that's another thing.
Oh, man!
I don't know why. I don't know.
No, that's trash. Some bullshit.
Told you.
Yes. Gave the catch the ball.
What?
He threw a pick. I don't know if it's all on him or if
hold on.
I gotta see the replay.
Hold on, David Clark. Derek Clark threw a pick. He threw a pick.
Yes,
is that on the fucking receiver?
Yes.
Okay, I want to retract my statement. I thought Derek was the truth, but no, he's a such quarterback.
No, that ain't on Derek Carr. That actually wasn't on Derek Carr. That was on his receiver.
Yeah.
His receiver dropped the damn ball.
The receiver can't even catch it.
Yeah, that's on the receiver.
What the hell is you doing?
Oh, we can't get stoned butt naked in Alaska, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson,
Yeah,
don't
no,
don't
yeah,
that's
don't
the
be my
receiver.
fault.
That's the receiver fault. Yeah, AJ, you right, AJ.
Yo,
Hey,
Uncle
Jay.
Frank, it's all we love. I'm sorry.
Nothing.
Your team,
I
they,
hit myself in the
they
nose
just
trying to get that.
Wow. See, I told that tackle that saved them. Now the
Yeah.
Ravens got a chance to win.
That
See,
yeah,
every
idiot.
like
single
don't mess
shot
this up,
pitching.
Lamar Jackson. Do not mess this up. Yeah.
oh, Lamar gonna do his thing.
Yes.
Well,
But
What's
What
up?
the fuck?
yeah, that's daddy right there. That's me
What
right
the? What the?
but yeah, Derek Carr gets you in
All right,
position.
Lamar.
He actually throws his shot,
What was
and then you fuck it up by dropping the damn ball. Lamar, damn, he gotta get out of the sprint already. Throw it away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she mad. She mad.
Yeah, shit.
I'll be mad too, dog.
I
After that full game, we don't watch that bullshit.
Right.
That's crazy.
Dog, snap the damn
I'll
ball.
time out, man. Just go time.
HD.
Yeah, what's up?
Vegas is open carry, right?
You said what?
Vegas is in open carry.
That says it all.
I don't get a problem. I think so.
Then Derek Carr better run.
They gonna be on his ass. Where Carr at? Where Carr at?
Where Carr at? Where is that
Yeah,
receiver
but
at?
look,
We
he's
know
not-
they
he's not-
Go.
Say Ershon.
You said looking in Oakland.
That nigga, hey, that boy, hey, it's young, that boy in Vegas, so he ain't worried about it.
Like it's Vegas.
But
man.
now he got to worry about the mafia.
Oh, that's fighting for the yard.
Allegedly.
You could have caught that pass.
Allegedly, Zay.
Allegedly.
What?
We got-
All the way.
We swimming with the fishes.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah, he relaxed his muscles on that one.
Damn.
Let me fix your
You made me spit my water out, dog. Stop down.
your muscles.
Relax all your muscles.
Damn.
Yo, Uncle Frank is right.
Uncle Frank is pissed.
Yeah, I know.
They pissed. They gonna tear that stadium up. They had to drive.
Yeah.
Man, they gonna tear Vegas up, man.
They had to drive all the way from Oakland.
Not
Yeah,
even
I was just
clear.
about to say that, HD. They gonna come all the way from Oakland to get these motherfuckers.
Man, that out of Oakland, California, what it? Ain't nothing but love for ya.
What's the fumble?
That's incomplete.
That's a fumble.
Nah, that's
Oh, it is.
Nah, that's
That's a
incomplete.
fumble.
Wow, this nigga
That's a
fumbled the
fumble.
It is a
ball.
fumble right there.
No, they call it incomplete.
That's
No.
Sheffield.
Oh, you lucky.
You lucky.
I know how they
You lucky,
do
Lamar.
Lamar.
You Lamar lucky.
These rules.
You
Who
lucky.
fumbled the ball?
No, it's
The
on the
time-
drop. It's a drop. Mark
They
Andrews
dropped it,
dropped
yeah.
it. They
Lamar,
punched
you
it out
got
of his hand.
the second down, Lamar. Come on.
That should have been a
Like, get
fumble.
down, Lamar. And they sacked him.
I took for Lamar.
Oh,
Are you
See, I knew it was
serious?
a fumble. I knew it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I knew it was a fumble.
No, sack fumble. Next play.
Sack fumble.
This is a heck of a
Lamar
game.
fumble.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Watch how they do Lamar tomorrow.
Yep.
The
Damn.
fruit cup. The fruit cup caused the
They always do it
Just
to our
wait
brothers,
for it.
dog.
fruit cup. The fruit cup caused the fumble.
Oh, Oh damn! Oh damn!
It's not Lamar's fault that he has it covered to receivers. Niggas can't get off the line and run routes.
Exactly.
Talk about someone who needs help.
I've been saying that for years. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, like no, cause like
Hell, he had to run because he don't got no damn receivers.
no, you look at the play. He was trying to find one till he got clipped. He got clacked and then he got fumbled.
Yo, the bag did not block. The bag was just a body. He did not get hit. Yo, what kind of block was that?
That wasn't a block.
He ain't got no offensive lineman.
But the back on 94, he didn't pick. He just let it. He was just there.
Just get him. Get him.
Like, yo, come on, you gotta be better than that. You gotta pick up.
Yeah, you gotta block, man.
You gotta put your body into him.
Oh,
Drop that shoulder in his chest. Come on.
If this shit go to overtime the second time, it's gonna be crazy.
No, it's only one overtime period. Those postseason be the story.
Postseason,
they'd just be playing until someone score.
Yeah, but this is a regular season. It'll end in the tie.
Yeah. Right.
They're going for the field goal right now.
just go for the field goal. That's it, man.
And before he misses the
so
field
I
goal.
can love the line.
That's some BS.
He ain't gonna miss.
And they took a delay a game?
Are you fucking
Oh,
It's like anything that can't go wrong.
Yo!
Gosh, dog.
You didn't take a timeout. You went. They used their timeout. Yo, what the fuck is he doing? These bums are sorry.
This is pathetic.
just getting the field goal, man.
This is pathetic.
A John Gruden coach team. Dear God.
I wish my Seahawks played the Raiders.
Can we play the Raiders Thursday night instead of Washington, please?
What the?
Oh, come on! Touchdown! Yo!
God damn it! Damn!
Yo!
Damn!
Who is playing defense for the Ravens?
Yeah.
What kind of genuine fuckery is this?
Chris Hernandez.
Oh, really?
Damn!
I ain't never seen no type of demon with fuckery like this in all my days.
Damn!
Scrub.
They don't even believe it.
That boy was they said scrub.
Scrub.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Chris is happy. Chris is happy. Chris
Not
Hernandez.
with Lamar though, dog.
Because he a madman.
Shout out to Uncle Frank and So I Be
So
Loved.
he fumbled.
Word.
Shout out to
Yo.
HBTV.
That's what happened.
Look at Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank said, "Thank you, Lord."
Thank you, Lord. He couldn't believe it himself. Like, what the fuck is this?
Sounded so happy.
What kind of bullshit game was that to end it all?
Yo, what kind of defense was they running? Was they even running defense?
I covered zero.
Did you not see what happened to the last season?
They cover zero. They cover zero defense, bro.
Casino blitz.
It was a
No safeties over the top. No nothing.
Well, it was a casino blitz. The Raiders hit the jackpot.
That's what they ran.
Yeah, cover zero.
Cover zero. That's
Cover
what
zero. Oh, it was cover zero, right? Because they ain't cover no one.
Hey,
For real.
Yeah, the Ravens got a pet.
Oh my God.
The guy just didn't guard him. He didn't
That was
guard
Marlon
him
Humphrey.
right.
That was
He
Marlon Humphrey's
gave
man.
him a free release.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
But see, that's the problem, bro. You got to stop giving these receivers a free release, bro. You got to at least bump them. At least bump them. You got 5 yards to bump them.
Right.
Bump them.
Right.
Lamar looks.
I'll cheat it.
That gives your pass rushers enough time, dog.
Lamar looks pissed.
I would be pissed too. What kind of defense is that?
Yeah, Lamar
Frank Harbaugh should have given him the ball.
He should have held
He
on to
didn't,
that kid.
Demon went fucking.
He should have held on to it. He wouldn't have been pissed.
Oh, Lamar fumbled.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fumbled the damn ball.
Yeah. That's also Lamar's fault too. You got to hold on to the damn ball. I blame Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, so you already know Shannon Sharp there for the criticizing.
Oh, of course.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know they gonna criticize him. He the black
All right,
quarterback.
you gonna criticize him?
Yeah.
Listen. Listen. First of all, there's enough blame to go around for everyone. So let me. So I'm gonna get to this point real quick. John Harbaugh should have given him the ball on fourth down. He didn't. They kicked the field goal. Raiders came back, kicked the field goal right back, and we saw what happened.
Right.
Now Lamar Jackson, you gotta hold on to the damn ball because no matter what happens, you cannot.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
And then the defense. What?
Oh, the defense played terrible the whole game. The whole game, fam.
There was no defense.
Defense.
There was no.
I'm talking about no pass rush. You let Derek Carr this a clean pocket the whole game.
Whole game.
That boy Jersey, and I'm talking about clean. I ain't talking about tied.
Right.
That was offensive.
Right, exactly. So hold up real quick, everybody. This is what happened on the last play to the people who just tuned in.
Yeah.
They ran a cover 0. The problem is the damn cornerback gave him a free release inside. When you play cover 0, you have to line up over the guy, press him, and roll with him. You can't back up off of him and let him run inside because that's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. You get burnt and you lose your check.
That's why you play inside out. You play inside. If they go outside,
Thank you. You line up on the receivers inside, and you bump them because you got the sideline for protection for your protection.
So Ivy love both of these teams not making the playoffs. I'm just telling you that now.
No.
They're not making the playoffs.
No.
If they both, because the Ravens, they lost, they have too many injuries. And then the Raiders, you guys are too inconsistent offensively and running the ball. So the only way, look, the Broncos and the Chiefs and the Chargers, they gonna give y'all they ready.
Hey, them Broncos. Hey, I seen some highlights. Them Broncos is serious because one thing about the Broncos, they're gonna keep a damn defense and they're gonna keep a running game.
Hey, let me tell you.
One thing about the Broncos.
Let me tell you because I saw the whole game. Teddy Bridgewater, you got yourselves the right guy.
I cut man. Bam, I've been cut for Teddy since he was at Louisville, dog. He's a nice quarterback, dog.
They got the right guy, although
yes, sir.
They'll be all right, but they did lose Jerry Jeudy. He's gonna be out for like 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, Jerry Jeudy out?
Yeah.
Damn.
On a play that should have been blown dead, the refs didn't blow it dead. And they got to play, but he got injured because it was a delay of game.
Oh,
hey, Scruff.
What's up?
Because Judy was that dude in Alabama.
The Ravens.
Judy was that dude in Alabama, dog. Him and Smith, them niggas was causing havoc.
This is the problem with the Ravens. The Ravens' problem is this, what has been the problem the past 3 seasons. Their defense doesn't play well in the clutch. When they have a lead, their defense does not play well. They're not good at pass rush, and they brought in Justin Houston. Like I told C. Penn, no, I don't care what you say. The Ravens, this is why I said, didn't I say during the game, Scrub, they're not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're not. Yeah, you did say that.
Making it.
The Browns. And to add to that, little bro, Justin Houston was inconsistent when he was with Kansas City.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's an older guy now. He's had the injury.
Yeah, he's older now. He's not a threat. I'm gonna just put a tight end on him in my tackle.
Kept Matt Judon, but they didn't.
Yeah, they lost the game down the stretch. Bad coaching. Not only bad coaching, the defense. This is what I said. The Ravens, I said it when they didn't do nothing in the offseason. And then down the stretch, Lamar and everything got to hold on to the ball. You got to hang on to the ball.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as throwing, he got the ball out there, but he doesn't have the offense or the weapons. The Ravens don't have a number 1 receiver.
To stretch the field, man.
HD.
He
don't. If you notice his offense, man, he don't have that deep threat that he can just, okay, well, damn, I know I can I know I can take the top off the defense. When he got a bunch of intermediate route runners that don't really have no speed.
Well,
They can't get off the line.
You got Watkins and Brown, but they're not a consistent go deep guy.
Yeah, Watkins is inconsistent and Brown is inconsistent.
Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
They're both inconsistent.
Yep.
They both will come and go, and as the
Exactly.
game and everything, as the game gets bigger, they're not gonna.
They get smaller.
Rise to the occasion. They're not built like that. If you look at
No, they're not.
If you look at if Lamar had the Bills receivers, this would have been a whole different game.
Hell, then, bro. If he had Pittsburgh receivers, it'd have been a different game.
Oh, absolutely, man. What?
Shoot.
Raw ass receivers.
Man, Claypool and them, shoot, man. That touchdown.
Big Ben got that noodle arm, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Noodle.
Big Ben gonna cost them, dog. Big Ben gonna cost them, dog.
Yeah.
He gonna cost them.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve.
He is gonna cost them.
Yeah, what's up, Jose?
Let me talk about that last play.
Yo, what up, Q?
That last play, basically.
No.
What up, Q?
No, Jose want to talk about it. He want to.
Oh, go ahead, Jose. Talk about it.
Go ahead, Zay.
Cover zero. The corner backs are supposed to press.
You're supposed to play man.
Press.
Yep, always supposed to play man if you're in the cover zero. Yep, you're absolutely right.
Not let a fucker release right by you and not do anything. Hold, grab, do fucking
damn, do something.
Everyone was saying, grab, do something, tell him a story or something.
Grab hold.
I never did like that cover zero coverage now because there's no safety over the top because your corner might get burnt. Adios.
How do you give the Raiders credit when the Raiders play inconsistent to me, I don't give none of these teams credit. This was a terrible good game. It was a terrible good game. The Raiders problem what's been in past years. Inconsistent offensive play call.
It was entertaining.
Lil bro, what you said? Like you said, Lil bro.
It was a bad good game.
Remember what y'all used to say too? A good sorry niggas, man. You got good sorry niggas.
You basically were watching a game of good sorry niggas. That's all you
But you being honest though.
The Raiders had a chance to win it. They messed up.
And they didn't.
The Ravens had a chance to win it. They messed up. It's like it's like they were both.
It's crazy.
They both
were trying to lose
the game.
I thought it was
trying to give the game away.
Right. They was like, it's your turn to take it. It's your turn. No, it isn't. It's your turn.
Oh, they were playing. And they were playing hot potato.
Right. Hot potato over the game.
Yeah.
It's like I can't get with that. You know, I'm not listening. Congrats to the Raiders winning, but I mean, if I'm a Raiders fan or a Ravens fan, I'm hot.
I'm upset.
It kind of reminds me of the Bengals, how you want to root for them, but you know how inconsistent they are, and it's like it never fails.
Exactly.
Honestly, I think the Bengals have a chance to beat the Ravens. I think they could split or at least win 2 games.
Joe and them ain't no joke, man. I seen them boys yesterday. Joe and them ain't no joke, dog.
Especially against the Ravens defense, because the Ravens defense can't handle pressure. They ain't covering either,
man.
So
and that boy Joe, Zero, that boy Joe is a surgeon, boy. That boy's a surgeon.
Hopefully that line can keep him upright, because that's my concern.
Yeah. They gotta make sure he stay healthy, dog.
HD, I know one thing. What's
Absolutely.
running? He running for my money.
Who?
Brandy.
No, he's not.
Oh, Brandon.
October 1st.
October 1st. He came on my page and said it. He started a new job. He already said. He told me
Oh,
that too. He got to pay
okay.
Penn and everybody. He already
Yeah.
said it.
I think
Hey,
a 20.
Q, that boy on the interstate, man. Boy got to get that bread, man. And the money gonna be there.
Yeah.
Look at Bear said, I don't feel
told
about
him,
the
man,
Browns.
Q a
Oh, you
Florida nigga, man.
should feel about it.
Florida niggas don't play about that bread. Nah, they'll come to we.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I don't know.
hey man, it's the principle, Smokey. It's the principle.
Right.
HD, man, I can't agree with you on that statement.
What?
Going back and forth with.
Hey, what's happening with you,
Emmitt Smith was
baby?
better than Barry Sanders.
What's going on, baby?
We gonna get back to this topic.
He was a better overall back than him.
Man, you out your
He
damn
could catch
mind.
the ball. He could block better. Dude, when Emmitt Smith sat out those 2 games, that vaunted offensive line y'all brag about was trash.
No, it wasn't.
Francisco, yes, they were. The running back didn't do nothing. Why did they beg? Why did they beg for them to bring Emmitt Smith back? Why did they
That's
beg
true.
for him? They begged to sign him the next day when they dropped 0-2.
You know how many Hall of
Boy,
Famers on that offensive line?
Dog,
Do you know how many Hall of Famers on that offensive line?
offensive line is overrated. They only get that offensive
Well,
line.
AC, what you talking? Who you talking about?
No, but cute though. He's right though, because
No, the Cowboys
Emmett asked for a
offensive line
contract. Dre
was
wouldn't give it
studs,
to him,
man.
so he sat out until
Right.
Yeah.
that Cowboys sucked.
They
They
was
was
studs.
0-2, so Joe was throwing that.
It's like this, man. It's like this. Barry is the better runner, but Emmitt can do a little bit more better. He can block. He can come out the backfield and catch. So Barry's the better runner, no doubt. No doubt about that. Bears the truth.
Yeah.
But Emmitt is a little bit more versatile, bro. He's a little bit more versatile.
Put Emmitt in any system, and we're gonna get better. Barry is gonna run the ball. That's which he's a better running back. If you have a system where you're running, Barry will be better suited for your offense. But if you need a running back who can do everything, dude. If they didn't have Emmitt Smith, the Cowboys would not have won 3 Super Bowls, bro. That's bad.
If the Cowboys didn't have that offensive line, they wouldn't win 3
That
Super Bowls.
offensive line is overrated.
I disagree with you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Them space eaters, man. They had some good space eaters, though, man.
Oh my
They were dog. If listen, why would you pay Emmitt Smith? If I have a great offensive line, I'm gonna let the running back walk. Y'all, I say the Denver Broncos O line was better than them because
Hold up.
And they always had a 1,000-yard runner. You went from
Well, you know, Denver ran that zone scheme.
Exactly.
They ran that zone scheme. So that was more athletic. That was more athletic than the Dallas line. So that zone scheme.
But if Dallas, if their O line was so great, why did when Emmitt Smith sat out, they went 0-2? They went 0-2.
Dallas line was blowing people off the ball.
Yeah, because they had Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith was finding them cracks, and he was making them look better than what they were, bro. Like, y'all don't give credit to Emmitt Smith for shit. Y'all act like Emmitt was a scrub ass nigga from the other side.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
I ain't
I'm not gonna go so far.
Oh no, I ain't gonna say that because he come from them Gators.
Come on,
and he from Florida, so that's the same difference.
And he was killing
it is, but you got a point though, there, bro, because he had that field vision. He know how to make cuts and He know how to. He had that good field
Bruh,
vision. So
AB,
I agree with you on that.
Let me know.
It's easy to make cuts.
But I disagree with. I ain't gonna call him overrated though, dog.
Man,
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
I saw that
The
line get
Cowboys only
dominated by the
ran one play
49ers.
that no one could.
I saw that line get dominated by the Redskins.
Let me know when I can talk.
I saw that line get dominated by teams, dog, before. So
Well, you know the 49ers was a different breed, though, man. Them not. That front four was a monster.
but AB, last time I checked, the Cowboys dominated.
We gonna agree to disagree on that.
Okay,
Yeah, we can agree to disagree.
If you take Emmitt Smith off that team, Cowboys don't win any
What up, T?
at all.
What up, T?
Detroit Hollywood.
What up, T?
What up, T?
I mean, I understand what you're saying, little bro. I understand.
Yeah.
I hear.
Look,
Aaron Rodgers lost you money.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, you know, the battle is won in the trenches, bro. You know that, bro.
Look,
you know that.
Let me know when I can talk.
Made them better than what they were, dog. Like I watched.
Oh, go ahead, Zay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
To me, on the Dallas line was just nastier. Was tough. Was nasty.
I agree with you, Q.
They okay.
Wait.
I say they was good, but they weren't the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
man, you crazy.
And I don't even like that, but I gotta agree with that. They had some nasty little niggas though.
Roger Staubach in them with Tony Dorsett. I'll take that line over that line in the 90s. I'll do that right now. I'll take the 49ers offensive line of the 80s over them, and I'll take the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line of the 70s. I'll take all their offensive lines over Dallas, and I put money on the Joe Rogan. So we could go there. I'm in the mood tonight.
Let's go there.
You're starting again.
Dallas line was just trash.
What about the Hogs?
Who?
The Hogs. Washington.
You said who?
Are you talking about Washington? You talking about Washington?
Oh yeah, I'll take Washington too. Yeah, Washington nasty too.
Are you talking about Washington offense? Oh, that Washington offensive line wasn't no joke though. Them boys wasn't no joke.
3 different quarterbacks they won with. That line was vicious in pass blocking and
yes, sir.
Right, with my boy running,
man. Them zone traps. Them zone traps. You see that damn ball pulling? It's a wrap. Lay down. Lay down.
Right up the gut.
I'm gonna be coming for you, bro.
Yeah, cause that whole line, them niggas can get to that second level. It's a wrap, bro. They get to that second level, you're done. You're done. You're done. Ain't nothing you can do. Just got touchdown.
Verani.
What's up?
Uncle Frank coming through.
Yeah, I get Uncle Frank's joke.
I said it. Barry Sanders is the better runner of both of them. He's way better running the ball than Emmitt, but the overall back.
Yeah.
But you gotta put
block better. Yeah. He could come out the backfield better, and then he did the same thing in Arizona when he went.
Yeah.
He was just older. So that's all I said. I didn't say Barry.
He did do that.
Barry won great. If Barry was behind that line, he still would put up his numbers, if not better.
But
Barry really didn't have a line though.
But you got pull more like
he didn't have the greatest line.
Oh no, he wouldn't have been. Yeah, he would have put up the numbers. Yeah, that Cowboy line.
I give him C minus.
Well, C, but that's not saying, but
right. That's not saying.
Yeah, they. It's like what you always say, man, bro. Good. There was some good sorry niggas.
The Lions offensive line back then
was the best.
They was good. They was good at
every time.
They was straight. They was straight at pass blocking, man. But run blocking was Achilles heel.
Yeah, they weren't good at
Yeah.
run blocking, but they
At
they
all.
pass blocking. Yeah, y'all
They were
making like
straight
they
at
line
pass
was
blocking.
Unos.
What up, everybody?
What's
What
up?
up, bro?
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on,
What up?
fam?
What up, AB?
What up, fam?
So Burundi, October 1st, you pay everybody, right?
Yep, October
Okay.
1st. We pay
Okay.
I told
everybody.
you.
So we pouring that into the
Hey, Mr. Sledge, you ain't gonna be homeless afterwards,
Keeping the
are you?
cap goes wrong.
You gotta wear
Stop
that
it, T.
sombrero. You gohave to
Stop
wear
it.
that
There you
sombrero.
go.
You have to wear that sombrero, bro.
Don't start
That list kind of long, Mr. Sledge.
Nah, it's only 4 people on the list, man. We good.
Nah, bro, it's way more than 4. It's
No, it
more
was
than
the
4.
one where I took a picture of y'all cash apps.
I
We
must have
got
missed
4 on
that
the
stream
list.
because I was in on the original bet, so I
That's
missed that
right.
one. Then
So
Yeah, I know it was Mr. KC. It was Outlaw. It was
Q.
I'm telling you,
it
boy,
was
it was a bunch of
yeah, Q.
them. Shit.
And C Pen. And then we're
Yep.
gonna donate and then we're gonna
Yep.
donate
That's like 5 names right there.
Yeah.
HT, you didn't get in on this.
No, because I tried
What?
to talk Burundi out of it, and he kept. I'm the one. We
Trying to
literally.
save Burundi.
Because I told him, I said, dog, they not finna start Justin Fields.
Yes.
Man.
And after seeing him get knocked out against the Bills, no.
No, it wasn't even that. They weren't finna start him because they paid Andy Dalton that
Sledge.
money. They paid him that money.
Sledge.
He gonna start.
What's going on, T?
Sledge, what was you thinking?
Yo, really? What was you thinking, bro?
Listen, when keeping it cap goes wrong, Dad. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what I lied about. I made a prediction and it didn't work out. That's not
Nah,
cap.
you
prediction,
was
bro.
capping for Justin Fields, talking about how ready he was and all
He
this and all
is
that.
ready. He's ready.
No, he not. Be
After
starting.
they
He's
knocked
not
him out,
ready.
What
I
are you
think
talking
knocked him
about?
out, he was ready to
Hold on,
go.
Detroit
Hold
T.
on, one at a time. Sledge, go
Detroit
ahead and
T.
say what you got to say.
Detroit T. Are you sitting here saying that last night's game on primetime television that Andy Dalton looked great compared to what Justin Fields could have done for the team? Now, I'm not saying that they would have won the game, but
Andy Dalton has been in the league 10 years at least.
So what?
You know, he's an experienced quarterback versus somebody who's only played college football for 1 year at the starting position.
He only threw for 10 yards. That was his longest throw last night. 10 yards.
Listen,
10 yards.
he still got more experience than Justin Fields does.
10 yards.
And that's what it's gonna come down to.
Hey, but check this out though. I'm gonna actually side with Mr. Sledge on this one because Andy Dalton. Look, Andy Dalton didn't do nothing that old boy could have done himself too.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I kind of agree. I agree with
Right,
Sledge.
like if you gonna play
Listen, man,
Andy Dalton was spectacular.
there's a reason why you don't start young quarterbacks.
But he just got that experience. Right, I feel you, T. He got that experience.
I'll wait.
Let me just say this real quick. Lance Briggs said this last night after the game. He said, look, what this sounds like to me is that Matt Nagy went to Dalton and said, you're the starter. And when they got Justin Fields, he wasn't man enough to tell Dalton, look, man, we got to go into another direction. We got to win right now. Because he was afraid it would piss him off. So
he don't owe Dalton nothing, though.
He don't owe
Dalton nothing.
Gameplay or none of that. Because what you saw last night, his longest throw was 10 yards. If that's what you're gonna do, then you might as well play Justin Fields and see what you can get out of him.
See what you can get. Yeah, I feel you.
But the reason
threw for 0 touchdowns.
But Sledge, it's not about a play style thing. Your
What's up, Randy the Capper?
your
About them
organization
Rams, bro.
wants basically they like the white guy more. That's just how it is.
Let
Now,
me know when I can.
Justin Fields
All right.
talented enough to play? Yes, he is. He's talented enough to play, but I knew he wasn't because they just took Justin Fields because they took so much backlash for passing on Pat Mahomes and Deshaun
And
Watson
Watson,
here.
right?
So that's the only
Mm-hmm.
reason they took him because
True.
even you
True.
and Cito have said that your organization lives in the
What's up,
old
Q?
school days still. So they didn't pick him. They just picked him for PR. So I saw that from the get go, but it wasn't about his play style. His play, he could play. He could start actually day one. He scored the most on the Wonderlic test out of anybody in history. The guys look phenomenal in preseason and in the games. Now he did get cracked, but that's normal. He got hit by a guy. He didn't read the blitz right. That happens. But could he have started? Yeah, I believe he could have started and should start. But your organization is not black quarterback friendly. So that's
Well,
why I
none of
knew
these
he wasn't going to start.
organizations is.
Yep.
One other thing you do have to remember: you're going against that Rams defense. I know it's the Sunday night game and open the night. You want to get the guy in, but what good does it do against Aaron Donald and that defense to have him play and then
Right.
his confidence get fucked up?
Scrub
And
Zero.
that
Let me answer that real quick.
Yep.
Scrub.
Okay.
Do you feel better with Andy Dalton, who can't run, from from Donald, or do you feel better with Justin Fields, who's much more athletic and can break the pocket, look downfield,
Can I go?
and throw past 10 yards?
You want to answer? You want to go first, Jose?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was at the game. If Justin Fields would have started, he'd be in a wheelchair right now. He'd be in a wheelchair. Justin Fields would be in a wheelchair right.
listen, like Justin Fields.
That defense
You talk.
doesn't play. That defense does not play. They don't play no game.
Well, you could have ran the ball. You could run the ball on the Rams. You could run.
They did.
They
did. Play well.
But the thing is that we know how these offensive coordinators are. They're going to get away from the run. They're going to get away from the run at the worst time, and then what are they going to do to the kid? They're going to blitz the hell out of him.
He's not ready for that. He's not ready for that. If he was ready for that, he would be starting. You're not going to take somebody who's not ready. You're not going to take somebody who's ready and then put him on the bench. Now that's not how the NFL works, especially at the quarterback position. If you can play, they're going to play you, dog. It's just that simple.
What T to respond to that, the Bears did run the ball very well with David Montgomery yesterday. Okay, so having the Justin Fields out there, that's another threat out there to run and throw, will actually make the game more competitive. With Andy Dalton,
if he's not ready to do that, he was
a sitting pinata yesterday. He was a sitting pinata that could only throw 10 yards a play or 2 yards a play because all he was doing was thinking and dunking. And the quote,
some quarterbacks need a couple years to develop, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
couple years.
I don't think it's that long, but I would not have put him in against.
I mean, but Patrick, but Sledge, to T's point, Patrick Mahomes sat and look what he's doing now. Baker Mayfield, he sat for a little bit, then they threw him out there. Lamar Jackson sat until the end of the season. He really wasn't supposed to play, but their season was so trash, they said, fuck it, just throw him out there. And he got
That's what's going to happen with the Bears. The Giants first round draft.
Okay, but that's better than just throwing him out there. And if he isn't ready yet to deal with that pressure that's coming his way, then that could really damage him. But to me, I just feel like it's a black thing with your organization. Your organization doesn't really like black quarterbacks.
I agree. I agree to that with
I
that
just
point.
think they brought him in for a PR stunt. Now, if they lose and they're on a losing streak and it's like week 6 or 7, yeah, I could possibly see him starting the rest of the season because you have no choice. Because Andy Dalton ain't doing shit. And I don't believe he's going to do shit at all. I think he's
exactly. It's a waste.
I agree, but he's still an experienced quarterback.
If they were smart,
you forgot he's an experienced white quarterback.
Because if they were really smart, they would have got Cam Newton.
Quarterback.
They would have got Cam Newton last year when he was a free agent, and they would have been straight.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, if you really care about the quarterback, that you don't want to throw him to the wolves in the first game and ruin his confidence.
Detroit, see, I care about the quarterback, but the thing is, a quarterback is going to learn through his experiences on the field and what he sees and his communications as a coach. Matt Nagy has been pinned as a guy that's his offensive guru. He came from the Kansas City coaching tree. It's like, okay, you blame Mitchell Trubisky for your mediocrity.
That was stupid.
Now you got Justin Fields. Okay, coach him up and work with him and try to improve him. If this is about saving your job and that's the narrative, then fine. Save your job. Trust in Justin Fields. He's going to make mistakes as a rookie, but you got a better chance of winning because this defense I feel sorry for, the special teams I feel sorry for, the offensive line I feel sorry for, and especially the receivers like Allen Robinson, because we've seen this mediocrity too much.
Bernie, I'm gonna push back on that.
Matt Nagy is on the last year of his contract.
I'm gonna push back a bit on that
he's a lame duck, basically.
Because like they said, he's a lame duck. They did not renew his contract. If he's really saving his job, he will
coach in 2022 to correct you guys. So he has
he's not.
We'll see, but we know how they do usually when they let you coach out the last year of your contract. You're almost always a lame duck.
Right.
But on top of that, because you made me lose my point. But what was I gonna say? The offensive line isn't very good. If he's really trying to save his job, are you going to put in the rookie, let him get banged up or something, and now you lose him or ruin his confidence? You really gonna lose your job at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How many sacks did Aaron Donald have last night? He only had one sack that came towards the end of the game. That offensive line did a really good job of handling him. Andy Dalton only got sacked, I think twice out of that game. And everybody everybody was so afraid of the Rams defense. That offensive line, despite the injuries, did a solid job. But the issue that I have is if you're Allen Robinson right now and you're looking at another quarterback carousel like last year when they started Mitch, bench Mitch, put in Nick Foles, and now you got a situation now where you got Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton sucks for a little bit. Now we bring in the rookie. How are you going to get motivated to be like, damn, are we going to go out here and win games when you don't know who your leader is? Because your coach can't make a decisive decision.
Well, the coach.
That's your coach's fault, though.
You know what?
That's true.
It is a coach's fault. You might be better suited with him doing this, so you don't have him next year because you know what kind of that he's suspect as a coach. It might be better. You might actually be better off with Matt Nagy doing what he's doing because he's gonna find himself out the door. You can get a new head coach and he'll work with the kid.
Right, but here's the thing: you got the defenses getting older. You got Allen Robinson, who's been in limbo, and it's been terrible what they've been doing to Allen Robinson.
They've been doing him dirty.
Yeah, they've been doing him dirty, and it's like, okay,
listen, man.
So you're gonna waste another year. I can see, like, to me, like, if I was a Detroit Lions fan, at least I'm a little hopeful because at least they're trying to build something. You know what I mean? With the Bears, you went and did the right thing and drafted Justin Fields. Now you're making lame excuses and saying why you can't play him.
Because you drafted him you made the right decision for the wrong reasons. That's why they're in this spot they're in now.
And number two, look, he just could be trash too. Listen, it happens, bro. It happens. He could be trash.
Hey, Mr. Sledge, I want to ask you something.
What's going on, bro?
I asked the guys earlier the same question, so I want to get y'all input on it.
Right.
What do you think is the problem with Khalil Mack? Because I'm gonna be honest, bro, I forgot he even played with y'all until I heard his name yesterday.
Yeah, no, I think
the problem with Khalil Mack is he ain't in the silver and black.
What up, Unc?
Tell him. Tell him, Unc.
Man, hey, hold on, KC. I got a question for Mr. Sledge.
What's going on, man?
Do you know what time it is?
Mr. Sledge?
It's 11:30.
Do you know what time it is? I said, do you know what time it is?
Yeah, it's 11:32 Central Standard Time.
Nah, nigga, it's time to pay the piper. Listen, my nigga Valentine Outlaw been waiting to put a down payment on that PS5. Bruh needs his money. He wants his bag.
Man, you airing out his business like that, Frank? Man.
Man.
But you know what?
Man, somebody, hey, man, you know I'm like the enforcer around here. Somebody got to collect.
Can somebody slip me a 20? Can somebody slip me a 20?
Oh man. I'm gonna bring coming in like young Joakim Noah. He gonna enforce the law.
Right. Well, to answer your question about Khalil Mack, you know, it's hard to get inspired and put your all in the game when you know offensively you're mediocre.
I'm sorry, that sound like excuses?
Yeah.
That sound like excuses.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, it's just real. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a top tier player and you've been giving it your all, you've been leading your squad, and you realize on the other side of the ball they not doing nothing. It's like, why risk my body like that when we're not doing nothing? That's what I meant by when I said we've seen this movie before with the offense. And by putting Justin Fields in, at least you're getting something fresh, something new. Because you've seen me.
Fresh doesn't mean better, though.
For 4 years. Yeah.
Listen, if he was ready, that's to tell you, if Andy Dalton only threw the ball for 10 yards as his longest pass, you know what I'm saying, then think about the dude who came off that's behind him in the rotation, Dad.
I think he can throw more than 10 yards down the field. I guarantee.
Maybe. Because if not, listen, Dad, the dude's job is on the line. He not gonna bench Andy Dalton. He's not going to bench Justin Fields if he thinks Fields is better, Dak, and he's coaching for a job. You know what I'm saying? What kind of sense does that make?
Yeah.
That don't make no sense, bro.
Exactly.
What the hell he's doing as a head
coach. Listen, Dad. That don't make no sense.
Listen, Dad. You believe? Of course. Huh?
Listen, Dad. That don't make no sense to nobody.
I think he'll be starting by game 6.
They knew you was capping.
Starting by game 6.
No, they don't got nothing to do with
nothing.
Man. Like
I think he's starting.
He had a lot to do with racism than it did about gameplay.
Listen, the racism was the Deshaun Watson pick. That's where y'all originally messed up at, not getting Deshaun Watson, and you're still paying for it to this day. And everything you've done up until this point has been trying to erase that mistake. You know what I'm saying?
What's Deshaun doing these days? You know what? Do me a favor, T. Tell Deshaun to play next week so I can start him on my fantasy team.
Well, listen, Dad, you know what he's going through down there. You know what I'm saying? He going through some S down there. Tell him to leave the
white women alone.
Listen, y'all, the Chicago would have probably handled that a little bit better. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
they would have got them some sisters and told
but
them
they
to stay
should.
away from the white
Well,
women.
but listen though, they didn't. They passed up on them like some big dummies. Like
Well, I
some
mean,
big
we in the
dummies,
here and
man.
now, and right now
Huh?
you got Justin Fields, and to not play
Listen,
him,
bro, it's not good enough.
it's not. You're not inspiring your team. You're not inspiring guys like Khalil Mack to
And
risk some
listen,
spots
Dad,
like that.
you should have had you should have had Q and them money, Dad, already and shit. You knew he wasn't gonna start from like the first week in the preseason. You should have been saving since then, Dad. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
You can't be late
Whatever.
with
But speaking of inspiration, yo, if a guy like Khalil Mack needs a new quarterback for inspiration, he got the wrong profession. He's supposed to be that dude.
Right.
No. Listen, most defensive guys, it makes a hell of a difference when you know you got a diamond at quarterback.
No, it doesn't.
It shouldn't change your effort. I don't care what.
Why
It should not change your effort no matter what. Your effort is on you. It don't matter what the hell else going on. But we gonna he gonna play better with a new QB. Then how good was you really?
Neil Smith. Do you guys remember who Neil Smith was? He was happy to leave Kansas City to go to Denver. Why? Because he had John Elway, the guy that was tormenting him his whole career, and he was very motivated to go out there and win those Super Bowls for that Broncos defense.
Shit, actually,
Same thing with Dawkins.
He was the guy who turned the tide. The Chiefs didn't pay him no money. That's the only reason why he went. He didn't go because of Elway. He went because they didn't want to give him the money.
Free agency.
But they didn't give him the money. The Broncos came and paid him. He wanted to stick it to the Kansas City after what they did to him in the contracts. I remember that like yesterday because he was the reason that they were messing that he was one of the reasons why they gave the Broncos trouble. Then the Broncos found Terrell Davis and they added Neil Smith to that defense and they became unstoppable.
And Griffin too.
Right. Yep, you're right. Griffin too. Yep.
And Griffin too. They had big free agency. But the same thing with Reggie White. Okay? I mean, the list goes on and on. And these defenders say this. It makes a difference. When they go into free agency, they're looking at what can we do on offense to say, hey, can you score some points?
But Rodney, but I could disagree with that because Rodney Harrison, he was on the trash Chargers team, but he still was balling like he was in New England. So
but wait a minute. Rodney Harrison was again motivated because the league basically disregarded Harrison.
But Sledge,
they gave up on him.
Sledge.
Belichick found him.
He still was one of the best, if not top safety in the league. I know
that. But the league gave up on him. When he was a free agent, nobody wanted to sign him. They made excuses not to sign him. Belichick was able to get him on the low and say, look, I believe in you. I know what you can do. And he went out there and balled out. But that's
the league, but I'm just saying, I don't care what the league thought. I'm just saying
what you mean he couldn't get a job?
My eyes showed me that he still was at a high level, even on a sorry team that's a great team.
I agree.
You're just that dude. If you're that dude, you do what you do. I mean, nobody. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, if you're that guy, you're gonna go out there and ball out and shut somebody down. When Revis was in Tampa wasn't doing that well. Revis still was out there shutting people down. You know why? Because he had to prove to people, look, I'm Revis, motherfucker. I does this with the big contract or not. Then he got his contract to go to New England and he got a Super Bowl out of it. But Revis still was playing like that dude even after when he wasn't on a great team. So that's
he went back to the Jets and he had a great year. And though after that he just felt, but before that, like he was still playing like he was that dude.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want cats saying, "Oh, I fell off." after I got the bag, after I got a ring, nah. He was still putting that work in because he prided himself on being a great corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I agree with you in some parts. Like, yeah, somebody will be extra motivated. Oh, we got a quarterback, but if you that dude, I mean, you still should ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got one or don't, because your reputation is on the line. You can't go out there and somebody see that you only do this when that happen. So that means they're gonna look at you as, oh, you a front runner. That's all you can do, front run.
Well, I mean, the problem is with that statement, HD, with Khalil Mack, it's gonna be hard pressed, even though he has these past 2 years so far, he hasn't been playing like the dominant defensive end that we know him as.
Right.
His reputation and what he's already built, being an all-pro in two positions, is gonna stand over the mediocrity that's been taking place for the past 2 years. You already see it if you watch last night's broadcast.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Khalil Mack is just different because he's achieved so much so fast that it's like he's Khalil Mack. He'll bounce back. He's just on a mediocre team. Whereas if you talking about somebody like Revis that had something to prove, you know what I mean, and he did, or Harrison who had something to prove, you coming in with a different mentality. So yeah, you got to go out there and ball out. But if you Khalil Mack is like, it feels like to me Khalil is just waiting for his contract to end, so for him to get traded.
Right.
So right. But nobody's going to question.
Like.
No one is going to really fully question or chastise what Khalil does, because what he's achieved in this league. If you look at Donald's numbers with his, they're neck and neck.
Let me give you some inside information. His favorite color is green.
And speaking of contract, hey, hold on. Speaking of contracts, can we expect a payment on the first?
Listen, Frank, we've already went over this. I know you can't.
First of them,
but yeah, I would have had it sooner. But I've been.
Can somebody slip me a 20?
Hospitalized. You know what I'm saying? I've been taking care of my mom that's hospitalized. I'm starting a new job, so yes.
Oh, okay. See, I ain't know all that was going on with mom.
No. Other than that, it would have been done a lot sooner. The thing was, I've been taking care of my mom who's been hospitalized for a while.
Praying for your mom.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Wishes.
But can somebody slip me a 20?
Jose still need that dub, though.
There go. Jose want that dub right now. Shoot, man.
He said, "Pay me now or pay me now."
And Jose, I don't even want to know what you charge on interest if it's late. Jose, if you get a late payment, I don't even want to know what your interest charge is.
Man, don't you know what happened to the last guy? He still got tire wheels on.
I know people in
Jose charged 15%.
I know people in Sinaloa. You don't want to pay me interest.
It's 15%, and the interest percentage goes up per day.
Right.
No.
Right.
I know people in Sinaloa. You don't want to owe me interest, Chester.
Listen, that boy
Jose coming with that 7-8 points above the Vic.
No.
Jose related to Uncle Sam, y'all.
No.
Uncle Sam don't want to mess with Jose.
I know.
Uncle Sam know that.
I touched that El Chapo interest.
That California interest.
Woo!
That
You do not want to own me interest.
That El Chapo interest. They don't fuck with
El Chapo.
Exactly.
They don't want the problems.
Exactly. You know you don't want to.
See, man, you know.
No problem. You see Jose with the bazooka, it's over.
With the bazooka, I'm like, well, it was fun. It was nice knowing you all. I won't forget any of you.
Facts. I'm with Scrub.
If I see Jose bazooka, I got color racks in my eyes. I don't see nothing.
It's either that or, well, this was interesting. Let the record show I never saw any of you in life. I was just walking down the street on my way.
Burundi.
What's up?
Man, you family, dog. Anytime something like that happens,
reach out.
We'll let everybody know.
Contact me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Contact Fino.
Right.
Contact one of us.
No. And I'd have did that in the bud quick if it had something to do with moms.
Exactly. What's right?
Yeah.
So
because man, we didn't know if somebody snatched you up and sold you as a sex slave or something.
For a while.
I would have been like,
hold on,
they got it.
Mr. KC, where the fuck did that come from? Like, what?
I mean, shit, you. Hey, they snatching up anything they grab their hands on nowadays.
Hard on the yard.
Yeah, baby. For real.
That was random.
Yeah.
Look, they sit outside. Yeah, grab him right there. Grab that one.
Right. I'm like, damn.
That was something that Uncle Frank would do.
Hold on, Eshon.
Man, but thanks a lot, man. I appreciate y'all, man. This is the first time I've been on like a live in a minute.
In 2 months,
man. Yeah.
In 2 months.
I know.
Man, we thought you had win Indiana Jones on the bet, man. You know what I'm saying?
I thought that.
That nigga T get a strike, nigga.
That cap turned into a fedora. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, T, you held it down on ticket earlier today. I was listening to you, bro.
Oh,
I was there. KT was there.
Yeah, you too, Eshon.
I actually caught one of his lives. That's the first time I went on. That's really the first time I really listened to it. And as soon as I got on there, they was talking shit about the Pistons. Oh boy!
When I heard your voice, I said, "Damn, that sound like T."
No, because they said because like I think it was talking about Jordan was this and that.
They was trying to say Mike that Mike beat the Pistons while the Pistons was in their prime. You know what I'm saying? And I had to correct him.
No, that's a cap. That's a cap.
You was right, bro. They was old. They was older.
No. But T was making a valid, great point. He said the Pistons he's the only Piston was younger with Dennis Rodman.
Right, man. They was old, man. Like you said, they had all them battles and all that.
Yeah, they'd have been through wars.
Yeah,
with
Dennis Rodman and John Sally was the young guns.
Yeah, that was the young guns. And Joe Dumars was a little older than them. You know what I'm saying? But
what got me is when they tried to say that Jordan didn't have help from the league.
Listen, Dad.
I was like, what? I said, I don't know what Jordan games y'all watching. Jordan had help from the league.
Said Jordan, you the league? I said, yes, he did.
Right. He sure did. Shit.
Well,
listen.
Hold
up. They tried to say Jordan didn't have help from the league.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I had to break it down the whole narrative to him and shit about how Mike was the good, and the Pistons was the villains. You know what I'm saying? I had to break it all down for him and shit. How they wanted the Pistons to lose. They couldn't wait for the Pistons to lose. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't wait for it. You know what I'm saying? Their white, their shining knight in armor could come in and slay and vanquish the bad guys and shit, the villains. You know what I'm saying? Like the league hated the Pistons.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the NBA tries to skip over the Pistons. They try to go from like 86. They try to go from like 86, 87 directly to 91 without 88, 89, 90.
This should be crazy.
Right. It'd be crazy as hell.
Remember when they had the Dream Team and Magic, Larry, and Mike was taking a picture and Magic was joking and said, "Don't touch Mike, you know it's a foul."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That was true. Shit.
That was true.
That was true. Yeah. Shit, you couldn't
Hey,
touch
but Magic
Mike.
was a
Mike got
sucker
a
though
lot
for
of
not
ghost
letting
calls.
Isaiah on the Dream Team though. Magic was a sucker for that shit because Isaiah the one who got him back in the league, got him back on the All-Star team, and he gonna sit quiet while they shut Isaiah out, knowing damn well Magic knew damn well Isaiah was the reason he was back.
Well, we know how they do.
Isaiah should have been on
They
that
talk
team,
all this
man.
shit. They talk all this shit about Isaiah. Like Isaiah had nothing but respect for motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like especially Magic. He went out to LA. He went out to LA one like after 80. I think it was 85 and shit. After they had, did they win in 85 or 86?
86.
So he went out there.
86 the
He went out
Celtics
there.
won. Celtics won in 86.
Yeah.
Hey,
The
T,
Celtics
so
did.
T, you broke all of this down to them on Ticket to let them know, nigga, that they be on that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At least not that.
I was there.
Yeah. S Young was on the panel.
And
Yeah, because I listened to the whole
I
time.
thought everybody was gonna agree. Wrong.
Nah, you know niggas be on Jordan nuts and shit, man. The old
It was
niggas
like,
be on
you
Jordan.
know,
Hey, when them
Young niggas be on the
said,
pride.
man, he didn't get no help from the league. I was like, shit, nigga, I'm Gary, take the link. I started to take the link when they said that. I was like, yes, the hell he did. Shit.
Right.
All them ghost
Well, that's why I
fouls he
don't be
used to
arguing
get.
with niggas no more. Cause like the other, like a couple weeks ago, some niggas wanted to talk about the greatest point guards of all time. And they tried to say Steph Curry was the greatest point guard of all time. I said, what about Earl the Pearl Monroe? What about Tiny Archibald? They like, I ain't never even heard of them. Right, but they want to give you an all-time list, but they
Steph's
don't
not
even know
a
the
point
all-time
guard. To
players.
me, Steph's not a point guard. He's a shooting guard to me.
But Frank,
he ain't
My
a point guard.
motherfucking dog Nick.
Right, but look though, they want to give you an all-time list, but they don't even know all-time. But
Right.
they want
They want to give you an
all
all-time list, but they really don't even know their history like that. That's the fucking problem with
What up, Nick?
people from my generation. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What up, Nick?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Nicholas Jacobs, right on time.
Right on
all
time,
these all-time lists, but
Right on
doesn't-
time.
You know, as soon
but
as we start
lazy
talking
in doing our
about the
research.
50s and the 60s, here come Nicholas Jacobs.
hey Nick, I love the shirt, man.
What up, Grant?
Oh, yeah.
Nice shirt, Nick.
Robin.
Listen, man, they gonna get trashed this year. We're gonna do the trashing, and we're doing the trashing, Dad. You heard me.
Oh my God,
we are doing the trashing this year.
He almost burst my
I know
appendix.
Detroit gonna be trash. I know the Pistons gonna be trash. But the Bulls, on the other hand, they moving to green and pass.
Here we go.
Listen, Dad. You took off the fedora and put back on
Sledge, I think you should wait till the check clear before you start talking about the Bulls.
Look, the Pistons
Sledge already know not to bet me. He still owe me $20 and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, send me the cash app, bro.
I be feeling bad, bro. I be feeling bad for Burundi, and it's like I respect Burundi, I like Burundi, and it's like I would rather just keep this nigga's friendship than just take his money because he's such an easy.
That's how I
lick
feel.
with the bets, man.
Frank, I be trying to tell him that all the
Burundi,
time.
I could have been broke you, dog. I could have got in on this Justin Fields bet. I was like, I don't want to take this nigga money. I was like, bro, I'm gonna bet $1,000 on Oregon State versus Loyola Chicago. I knew he would take it. I was just like, bro, just not even let me do it, bro. Keep the friendship.
Nah, I can't
Friendship
do
is
my man
more
like that.
important.
I ain't gonna do
I
it.
wasn't finna take shit on that, bro.
Man, you jinx Loyola.
You know how many times you know how many
I
times
jinxed
you want
up,
to bet?
bruh. But that's the thing, bruh. But Sledge, it was like the conversation I had with the youngsters talking about the the all-time point guards, and they didn't even know everybody. Y'all didn't even know Oregon State. Y'all didn't watch them. Y'all didn't do no homework. Y'all didn't see who they play, how they did. Y'all just was on the bandwagon. Oh, the hype, Chicago. We from the Chi, Joe. We from the Chi, Joe. We got the deep dish pizza, Joe. Y'all didn't want to listen.
Oh, come on
I
now.
gotta do this shit though.
Come on now.
Why would we listen? I'll be tweeting. Come on.
Listen,
The deep dish pizza gotta do with stuff.
Right, they want to say Joe in there after every line.
Yeah,
like,
Joe.
Trying to mock us.
Yeah, Joe,
You
Joe.
see the shot?
Well, I mean, shit, y'all niggas was laughing at me when I went out there. I thought Joe was actually the nigga's name and shit. This nigga named Brandon or something.
Frank, first of all, it was Scarcino who was ragging on California in the Pac-10. I just said
No, that was you. That was you, because he got you hyped. You started jumping up and down. Yeah, you got you hyped. You started jumping up and down like a trampoline.
He was quoting Maxwell songs.
I'm sorry.
Ferendi, I love you, but that was you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Jose.
Well, okay. Well, since I came in, go ahead, Bernie. My fault.
No, I was just saying Jose wasn't even there when that conversation took place, man. Look.
Jose was there. Who was on there?
The fuck?
What for?
Yeah,
what
it was a pack.
Well, Jose hadn't came in the chat. Jose hadn't came around yet, but Jose was there in spirit.
Yeah.
Okay,
He was in the chat, but he didn't come on the panel.
I was in.
Right.
I was in the chat.
Yeah, you didn't come on the panel yet, so.
Oh, okay. But no, I was just talking about the game. I wasn't talking about the Pac-10, but we don't get Pac-10 games in Chicago like that.
That's the
so of
point.
course you're not gonna know who the players are on the Pac-10 because unless you got the network, we ain't gonna watch the games. We watch Big Ten, Big East.
Yeah, but you better know your team better.
Exactly.
Well, like I said, Frank James our team. But I appreciate it though.
Who's the Thursday night game?
It always be funny, man. With Sledge.
That nigga dumb as hell, yo.
Well, speaking of caps and shit, well, Frank, when I came in, you was talking about kids giving like a top 10 point guard list of all time. What was up with that?
Well, I was talking, T was telling his, talking about his experience on Ticket and how niggas was just, saying some shit about Jordan and Isaiah and, didn't know the history. And then I just chimed in on, people want to, just going off of people not knowing history, but want to give you an all-time list. And I said, I was talking with these young cats, it was like 1920. They were talking about the greatest point guards of all time. And they wanted to say Steph Curry was the greatest point guard of all time. Then it was Magic. Then they had John Stockton over Oscar Robertson. And I started asking them, well, what about Earl the Pearl? What about Nate?
What about Jerry West?
What about Bob Cousy? Right. And they was like, well, I ain't never heard. They was like, well, I ain't never heard of these guys, but I find it funny. You can give me an all-time list, but you don't know the all-time candidates.
Yeah, that's dumb.
But Frank, I gotta say this though. I can't completely blame those kids because look, the NBA does a good job of programming you to only look at certain players. We came from an era where we had to look up everything, go to a library. We used to pick out our own books with our own favorite basketball players of all time. Anyway,
hey, y'all keep cooking.
But Brandy, at the same time, I'm sick of it. I agree with you. The NBA does do a good job of that as far as basketball fans, but I'm gonna take it a step further. I feel like us as a culture right now, our youngsters don't have any idea of history. Or do they have any respect? Because it could go to music as well. Because if I said, if these niggas was talking about some top 10 rappers of all time, they gonna say, oh, well, Lil Wayne, and then
Wayne, Drake, Kendrick.
Yeah, Lil Wayne, little disrespectful, little pants off his behind, little grandmother, whatever these niggas' names is. Right. They gonna say some of these dudes, and when I say, well, what about Big Daddy Kane, Kumo D, Rakim, LL Cool J, they're gonna be, well, I ain't never heard of these niggas.
Well, if you ain't right, see, crazy, yeah.
Right, but at least they being honest. You know what I'm saying? Telling you where they at.
Well, that's
you know what I mean. But
well, my response to
right, but they trying to give you the all-time list, but they don't even know the candidates. You know what I mean? It's like we gonna talk music.
Frank, what they're doing is being honest. They're telling you at this moment in time where they are at, this is their list, right? Until they enhance themselves, the list is gonna change. Once they enhance themselves and listen to Tupac or listen to Cool G rap, you know what I mean?
Listen, man.
You know?
Nicholas Jacobs, S Young, they gave me a whole new perspective on the young dudes, man. These motherfuckers just lazy, man. They just hear what they hear on TV, and
Right, but we as the older group, we got to keep reinforcing.
Man, it's just how society
giving them ideas of what to listen to. Like for me, when I listen to old school music, I think my mom didn't like introduce me to like Sam Cooke or Ray Charles or I just heard it. I just heard it while they were in the kitchen cleaning up. You know what I mean?
Right, but Burundi, but it's different though. But Burundi, I get you, Burundi, but the family dynamics is different nowadays because that's how I got introduced to the old school music. When the families was tighter and we used to get together back when Big Mama was around, we would have the parties where the whole family would dance. We would play, we would play some music from everybody's generation. We would play some Bo Diddley for the old folks. We'll play some stylistics and some Temptations, some Spinners and all that for everybody else. And that's how you would learn the music and that's how you learn the history. But the families aren't tight anymore. So they're not getting together playing all this shit.
Exactly.
Right, and then also look, even with hip hop, when I was listening to hip hop, I would like to know like the samples. Like, where's that sample from? Right. You know, and then you listen to the original song, it's like, oh man, this is dope. We both fans of the same guy. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you listen to that shit nowadays, you can't even tell the beat if the beat changed. You listen to some of these niggas, it sound like the same beat the whole way through.
Right, but the thing is, Frank, I think like for us, like especially us being older, you know, and being, you know, in our prime, you know, we gotta be the ones to reinforce and enhancing their palette. You know what I mean? Right now, these young kids only know Steph Curry right now.
But you have to have an interest. You got to have an interest in what went on before you. You know what I'm saying? You have to have an understanding that, you know what I'm saying, what took place in the past pertains to what's going on today and in the future.
Right, but you got to be the one,
and that just has to come like but you just have to have an interest for it, bro. Like I was interested. I want to know about the past. I love history. You know what I'm saying? So it was just an interest for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you was walking history. You live in history.
Oh, God.
What you talking about?
Hey, Frank.
This nigga Nick's first job was a Pullman porter. That's how he got the shot.
Oh my God.
Nick be like, y'all just talk about it. I live that shit.
Frank, I bet you.
Hey, Sled, hold on, Sled. I know we be doing these jokes with Nicholas, but at the same time, like I thank the Lord for Nicholas and S Young because the rest of these youngsters is really lost out here. The fact that we can make these jokes with Nicholas because he does have this knowledge and this information, and he does go back and do his research. You know, we appreciate for y'all. For you know what I'm saying.
Y'all gonna make me cry.
But Frank,
okay, that's twice. And now I shot S Young a lot of bail when Christian was trying to roast his ass, and he couldn't even dig his ass out that. He couldn't even dig it. He couldn't even dig out the hole. I had to pull him out. Now he want to roast. Oh, bro, it's on. It's on.
But Frank,
it's all like a pot of neck
all I'm just saying is for the youth, man. Like you know, with Nicholas Jacobs, S Young, man, you know, you appreciate him. I appreciate him even more because they're interested and they're enthusiastic about it. But for the rest of the youth, man, I don't want to shit on the rest of the youth because, again, like you just said, the family dynamics aren't there. And so they tripping without a map and they leading themselves. So for you, that's a respected OG, like an uncle to them, you know, they looking at you like, okay, who is Earl the Pearl?
Or their father.
You probably going to have like 3 out of 5 look up Earl the Pearl Washington and be like, damn, he is nice. You know what I'm saying? And all
Yeah,
I'm
but see,
saying is we
but
just
I
got to
but I
keep
know kids. I know
participation.
kids from backgrounds and good backgrounds and all of that shit. Like these kids just don't give a fuck about what happened in the past and
They
shit.
don't.
They just don't.
because
They
they're
just do not give
because
a fuck.
as someone a part of the younger generation, I can
Yeah.
say what ends up happening oftentimes is that we end up looking at the shiny stuff, the stuff that just pops off the screen or anything like that, as opposed to like, all right, getting into the real history of it, wondering, all right, how did we get to this point? What brought us here? What
fuck you talking about, scrub?
Fuck, I'm talking about.
Right.
Listen.
I
I'm
just
as
had to
a
pop
person.
in real quick. Fuck with your ass. Go ahead.
Oh my god, I can't with you, boy.
Continue.
But as a young guy,
After scrub, I'm going.
I can admit I fall into not really caring into the history stuff.
KC can't fuck with me.
And it's like, no, there's a reason. Like, I have to keep telling myself, no, there's a reason you got to look into the backstory of this stuff. There's an importance to it that'll help you have a better understanding to go moving forward, as opposed to just moving forward, just seeing what you see.
I feel you, Scrub, and I feel like your generation, y'all deal with shit like y'all deal. We'll say it is what it is. Y'all deal with it. It is what it is. That's how y'all deal with it. But like us, we deal. Why is it this way?
It is.
How did it get this way? Y'all don't care. It's like y'all generation. Y'all don't care about that. Y'all just deal. It. It is what it is. Y'all don't want to know why, how. Go ahead,
not
OJ.
just that.
All right, so let me tell y'all a story real quick. When I was in the 5th grade, we had to learn all these speeches and poems. I'm like, I don't care about this until the I Have a Dream speech. Then I care. Then I woke up. I'm like, all right, let me get into this. This is some real talk. This is some real shit. Everything else I didn't care about. Because that wasn't shit. The I Have a Dream speech was from the heart.
Right.
And the reason my generation it takes part in marches and shit like that is because that's what we were taught in that speech, in that walk in Washington D.C., the walk in wherever in Washington D.C. I can't even remember right now. Somebody help me out. The walk to the where was it again?
The Washington Monument?
Yeah, the monument.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we march now when shit happens. Not if it's right or wrong, but because that's what we learned. So that's all I have to say.
But it's like what Frank said. You know what I'm saying? No understanding of the why though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we marching? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Motherfuckers just out there clowning and shit. But like these kids, like the way information comes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't give a fuck what happened last week. You know what I'm saying? And like, this is the age, you know what I'm saying, that we're coming. This is why these kids don't care, because information just comes and it comes and it comes and it comes and it comes. Like, nobody remembers what happened 6 months ago. You know what I'm saying? So how would they even know to give a fuck about what happened 20 years ago or 30 years ago? You know what I'm saying? You know how many of these kids don't even know shit about September 11th out here? And this is 20 years ago. This was just 20 years ago. Like, damn near everything is different now because of September 11th. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's kids that they don't even know nothing about this shit.
Exactly. And if I may, Cuddy, and studying history is just like cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? Like, the cause, what goes on today resulted from something that happened back then, a traumatic event or whatnot that happened back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like that's very important. You know what I'm saying? The why, like y'all said.
Right. I mean, that's a day I'll never forget. I will never forget that day, ever. I still remember to this day what I was doing when that happened.
I remember that shit too. Yeah, but it's like these kids, it's like, even okay. So when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying, everybody fucking knew about Pearl Harbor, and that happened back in the 40s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I grew up in the 80s and shit. So 40 years ago, you know what I'm saying, the Pearl Harbor shit was just as big as the fucking September 11th shit. You know what I'm saying? But 20 years ago, they don't remember shit that was bigger than Pearl Harbor was only 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it's the internet, Dad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I'll be loved. Thank you for coming by, baby. Come by anytime.
Man, coming to the hit the panel next time, sweetheart.
Hit the panel next time. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, HG had to hit that New Orleans accent. Come on by, baby.
Hey, El Chapo, But to add to what everybody's saying, the reason these young kids don't really look into history is because they don't have a lot of older heads ahead of them. Because when I grew up, I was hanging around nothing but older heads. My uncles, my dad. I was just fortunate my dad was in the 40s, so he got to see the civil rights, all of that stuff. And he got the experience being with the colors and whites and that bullshit, and then the segregation and how they were together, how they had to be careful where they walked, and his parents would tell them stories about the 20s and the 10s, So it was always somebody around. These kids now, everybody damn near is young. Like, they're too busy trying to go party and trying to get up into something. So that's why I think a lot of these young kids don't go do their history.
A lot of parents are young too. That goes to
and that's a good point, Nick.
And then they take everything that everybody says on TV as this is what it is. When we were growing up, we were like, no, I want to see if this person know what the hell they talking about. Because we weren't trustworthy like that. Our parents taught us never just to trust anybody. And that's the difference between these kids today compared to when we were growing up, when me, T, Mr. KC grew up. So that's the thing, Burundi. All of us grew up in a different time, in a different frame of mind. And a lot of things that were around. Look, when we were growing up, BT was a whole learning section. Like, we learned so much things about DARE, about safe sex, and all type of things.
Yep,
nowadays, they done got rid of all that shit. Now you guys are looking at Lil Nas X being pregnant and shit.
Yeah, now you're looking at this foolishness, just straight up freaking foolishness all day.
Right.
Thank you.
So y'all got
cut at the dark though.
Yeah, tip drill video.
But see, all of that stuff was played in uncut. All that shit was
happening
uncut.
with your baby
At the end of the night.
What's up, man?
So that's the difference. They put parameters on the shit that we could see growing up. Now they don't give a fuck. They letting every kid, Tom, Dick, and Harry watch some shit, and they underage to watch the shit.
Hey, I'm telling you,
and I can tell you. Oh, go ahead.
Like back in the days, like I'm gonna tell y'all, back in the days, like half the stuff that they allow on TV now, the FCC, they was shutting that shit down quickly.
Yeah.
They was not letting none of that go down for real.
Yeah. I mean, hell, just to go on like an adult website, you used to have to pay for it or get a black box to watch the Spice shit.
Watch it, you sure right.
Now these days,
but see, if you was an OG like me and T, you know what I'm saying, you found the little tape on the VCR, the VHS cassette.
We had
funky ass porn music and shit.
That used to be the most trash music.
T, that whack ass music come on, dog. They be trying to fuck to the beat and shit.
Yeah, it's hilarious,
Music go fast.
Hey, everybody in there got afros and
They
shit.
speed it up. They speed it up. They be trying to go fast with the beat and shit. That shit was
that industry has came a long way.
Yes.
It came a long way, boy.
Now you can get that shit virtual reality and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's really there. Like it's
Pornhub.
Listen, dog, you used to only be able to watch some porn in the theater and shit. People don't even remember. They used to have the special theater for porn, dad. You know what I'm saying?
I did not know that.
The shit was live.
Yep.
Hey, AT, back here on the sticky floor.
Fucking Friday the 13th shit. You know how Jason would freaking, in Friday the 13th, you see Jason freaking peeking in people's windows, watching them, getting it on and shit. Something like that,
Back when they
right.
Man, Jose stupid. He's shooting at everybody tonight.
All right.
No mercy.
Bang.
Back when they was 16.
Oh my god.
That'll you catch Cinemax after midnight.
What?
Skinemax.
I did that.
Right.
I did that.
Cinemax after midnight.
No,
you already know. You already know.
They would show everything but the dick going in the pussy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Everything but the pussy, goddammit. You be like,
oh boy, you sure right, man.
Hey,
what is he hitting?
It was
like I look, AZ, I feel bad if I was an actor like you want us to fuck? Like, what is going on here?
Like, you want us to fuck, but you don't want us to fuck?
Right.
Don't you want this as authentic as possible?
You want us to just rub against each other and shit? Like, come on. Like, hey.
Like, I ain't signed up for this.
Hey, y'all motherfuckers gonna start a fire. That's what they want you to do. Burn the whole building down and shit.
Too much preaching, dog. Too much.
shit.
Man, some of the dudes was like, man, let's hurry up and get this scene over with.
No, that nigga T stupid what he
said. I can't breathe.
Man, dry humping is the worst ever.
Yeah, I think it was man.
Hey, hold on. Andy Walker said my uncle had a box of them VHS tapes. He was Steve Harvey and love don't cost a thing.
Listen, everybody got the uncle like that, man. I got the uncle, man. He used to stay down in my grandma's basement, dad. You know how they used to have a little room in the basement and shit, dad.
Right.
Then you go in there, man, his wall is just full of naked bitches and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, photos and shit, like Polaroids and shit, dad. Like Triple H tapes down from the floor to the ceiling down, like just dildos sitting on the counter and on the shelf and shit down. Like, god damn, nigga.
Hey, listen, Uncle need a life too, nigga.
Listen,
Uncle gotta have fun too.
I'll plead the fifth.
Gotta have fun.
Mr. KC caught what I said. That nigga dumb,
yo. I'm telling you.
That's my nigga, Mr. KC be coming in there like, man, KG need to worry about his shit because he gets sued for all his money. That motherfucker be killing me with that shit. I be falling on the floor every time I go back to that live. You be rolling, man. CKG worried about the wrong shit. See, if you worried about that
shit. Hey man, hey, speaking of KG, man, y'all seen the Naismith, man.
What he do?
No, I said the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. You know, people.
Oh yeah, Paul Pierce. Yeah.
Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce. Ben Wallace. Chris Webber. C. Webber. Hall of Fame, nigga.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man, I ain't gonna celebrate that shit. Them bitch ass niggas should have put C. Webb in there.
A long time ago. A long time ago. Now we just waiting on Tim Hardaway and shit.
No, that ain't gonna shit. Nick, your ass gonna be 90 when that happen. We all dead. That shit ain't gonna happen. They gonna wait till he die. That's when they gonna put him in. Why?
Yeah.
Hardaway don't need to apologize for shit.
No.
Fuck them motherfuckers, goddamn it. You a Hall of Famer in our eyes. Fuck all that shit.
Right. But shout out to Detroit T for serving the Ticket TV panel, letting them know y'all niggas is haters, y'all Jordan lovers. Always.
You gotta really see that.
I told him. I told him too. I'm like, I see it's the ESPN narrative over here.
God, yeah, this is. On some Skip Bayless shit. Check this out. Michael Jordan is one of the greatest basketball players to ever pick up a basketball, man. But they just be on some dick riding shit for real. You know what I'm saying?
This is fatigue.
Well, she made him a
What's in that orange juice?
It's a screw.
Hold on. Hey, it's called. You know what it's called?
It's a screw.
Man, Mr. KC can't fuck with me.
He got that 18. I know that bottle. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know that's right.
That motherfucker
got that big bottle.
I had to come back and show you because you shitted on me on the last live with yours. So I said, all right, I got something for him.
Hey, Ryan, he's never broke again.
Me and my girl would knock that whole bottle off at one night. Like, no.
Oh, I know.
Like, for real.
I will. Y'all gonna...
for real, boy. We love that tequila over here, man. Hell yeah.
Nigga ready to have another baby and shit, you know?
Hey, What's up?
That's why he can't spell my name right.
Yeah, that's why I kept spelling Jose's name wrong.
Yeah.
Let me guess, you put the H. You put the H in it now, Jose.
No, not even. Instead of Jose.
Yeah, I kept putting Jesus, y'all. Nah, but look, hey y'all, this the funny part. I had been looking for like 2-3 days. My girl came in and said, "What is you looking for?" I said, "Man, I'm trying to find my buddy's channel." She was like, "Well, what's his name?" I said, "Jose." She was like, "Well, you got Jesus on there."
How are you getting Jose mixed up with Jesus, dog?
Oh no!
Listen,
look, I was cracking up laughing when I realized it too. I was like, "Damn."
Hey, I want that shit. That nigga smoking. I want that
nigga
shit.
And drinking.
Yeah, man. But
I'm going around and spell Nicholas Jacobs like Nikkol and shit. Fucking with Mr. KC looking weed. Wow. Niccolo. His name is Nicholas.
He didn't change Nicola Ball.
The nickname.
Hey, she was in tears. She was in tears.
No, certainly I heard that shit.
I said, baby, I'm glad you told me, boy.
I heard that shit way too many fucking times. The Nickelodeon shit. No.
Hey, dog, I done heard Harry Potter, Harry Henderson, all that.
Harry Potter, what?
Harry Potter.
Harry shit. I done heard all that shit.
Hey,
laughing at the shit. Cause I'm like, nigga, Harry Henderson he was getting food for free, bitch. I fuck with him. He was
I'm in Harry and Henderson.
Nigga, what nigga you know go in a white person house and take everything out their fridge and
nigga be chilling, nigga, and be chilling on the couch.
Nigga, I'll be Harry and Henderson any goddamn day.
Hey, Harry Harry tore that house up, boy.
What?
Harry tore that house up. Remember when he was walking down the steps in the basement and tore every step going down the
Breaking shit.
Boy. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that movie, man. I was dying laughing at that movie. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's that? John Luke?
Shout out to Mr. Indiana. I mean Mr. Casey.
Mr. Indiana. Wow. All right.
Right there.
Yeah.
Man.
But it's I find it a little funny and ironic, that he was, you said that she went on Ticket TV and had to school a couple, young niggas that's fucking a part of my generation. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy.
I think some of them niggas was old niggas, man.
That's the fucked up part. And they know better. And they're supposed to know better. That's the fucked up part about it. You know what I'm saying? No, but I was finna say, like, I'm writing this little paper for one of my classes. Just talking about, comparing and contrasting, NBA from the 60s to like the early 2000s and saying how it's better and more entertaining and produce better players than, the 2010s up to like right now. Yeah, so that's
what's up.
That's what's up, bro. Interesting. Yeah, that should be a good one. That's right up your alley.
Man,
yeah.
Over here schooling these niggas.
No, like stuck with bitch ass LeBron James.
But no, like as far as like studying the game of basketball, it's important because this allows you, to be able to compare playing styles, styles of playing styles that how players scored, the way positions were played, how games were officiated, all the whole nine, and it also allows you to decide which players were could be from this era whatnot could be effective in the eras that they more effective than but how do I say this, effective and as effective as they the eras that they played in. So
well, for
me it's like me studying the game is just that you just gotta, it's like doing homework. You gotta go find your research. You just go then do your research and learn about every history about those players. And then learn which and then you got to learn what you had watched in the game. And that's what to me what I learned about the history of it, the past my time, before it was my time. So that's why like I've been doing like so much research on guys, like watching like a Hardwood Classic or just watching.
What is?
Yeah.
A Hardwood Classic, it's on NBA TV. You watch your classic, then they watch like retro game. That's why I learned so much about all these players about watching the game the whole quarter.
They be having some good games on that Hardwood Classic too.
Sterling. It used to be called ESPN Classic.
Yep.
Watch them games. Hey, that was the shit. When ESPN Classic first came out, when it was like the for real ESPN Classic, dog, they used to show old fights on there, like all kind of shit. Dog.
Hey, commercial free too.
Football games,
commercial free.
Yep, commercial free. The whole that shit used to be live as hell.
I used to watch a lot of them
first
games,
started.
man.
I miss them days, man.
But then they sold out for the bag.
Who that? AB?
Yes, sir.
Mama.
I'm sorry,
HD.
HD. It wasn't even ESPN Classic. It was just the Classic Sports Network.
Right. Yeah.
ESPN hadn't even bought it yet. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
It was just the Classic Sports Network and shit. Yeah.
That was some great games coming on. They showed Bird and Dr. J going at it. They was racing. That shit went hard.
They sure did.
Yeah. I remember the UCLA game when they played against Houston and.
Yeah, like a couple hours ago, man. I was watching some David Thompson clips, dog, and I see I can tell how Michael Jordan actually, was inspired and sort of took on from David Thompson and made certain certain plays his own from him.
David Thompson the shit on you.
He would.
Oh heck yeah. No doubt. He showed
flat out.
He would.
Yep.
He wasn't even as big as Mike. He was probably about 6'3", maybe 6'2",
6'3".
6'3", maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, they
Quick
will
first
win.
step. Quick first step, nice mid-range jump shot. A lot like how Mike would, like the shot selection that he would say, the shot selections that David Thompson took was a lot like Michael. So even before Michael played, so I could tell, the resemblance.
Yeah, but to answer this question from Daryl Clark, why do people nowadays disrespect Larry Bird and put LeBron over him? Well, because it's an agenda thing, man. You got to understand. They switch up every generation. Like, if you notice, and me and T talked about this on the back chat. If you notice, when you have a black sports that's a sports is dominated by black players, they try to destroy those from the past and build up these new niggas. But when it was a white sport, they don't do that. They always bring up Jack Nicholson in golf. They bring up Wayne Gretzky in hockey. They bring up all the old heads in those sports because it's predominantly white. What they're trying to do is break us down as black people and make us see that in maybe I say like 15, 20 years, they're going to try to have LeBron as, this was the guy, this was this and that. They're going to try to wipe away Kobe because they got Michael already. So they like, fuck it, we'll get rid of Kobe because, of what Kobe did and shit in that that allegation. So they want to wipe him away. But see, that's what they do. They disrespect the past. And Larry Bird, he didn't play a long time. So it's easy to forget Larry Bird unless you around that time.
Exactly. And Larry Bird retired when he was 35 years old. Right. And it's funny that you brought that up too. Players even back, players from like the 60s up until like the 80s, they didn't like, they wasn't playing until until they was like 40 years old. Everybody wasn't like the ring, you know what I'm saying? Like the game was a lot, the game, due to the game being a lot physical back then, players, the physicality would take a toll on their body. Players they wouldn't be they wouldn't walk right, their toe, their feet would be all messed up, their fingers would be all brittle and shit, you know what I'm saying? So they would have to retire early.
Remember Larry Bird back
medical technology, like it's just a whole bunch of shit that's just improved since then.
Right.
Modern medicine.
Yeah, modern medicine and all of that shit. Also, there are more teams, so there's more room for a dude to hang around and
exactly.
You know what I'm saying, and just be playing way past his prime and shit. You know what I'm saying? Back in the 60s, once you was, it was like what they did to what's his face, man. The year they won the championship, what's my man played for the Lakers and shit.
Elgin Baylor.
Yeah, what they did to Elgin Baylor and shit. They basically, the year they won the championship, they basically forced Elgin Baylor into retirement and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't even get that shit. You know what I'm saying? They forced him, although he had been there all them years. You know what I'm saying? And fucking, he had, he was Elgin Baylor and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he held the Lakers down. He was there before Jerry West and Wilt. You know what I'm saying? And so when and then when they got time for him to move on, they just ushered him on out. And I forget the motherfucker. It was like, who did they bring in? It was it Gail Goodrich?
No, Gail Goodrich was already there. No, Gail Goodrich was already there.
They brought in somebody younger and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was Gail Goodrich, wasn't it?
No. Gail Goodrich was already there. No.
Okay, I can't think of who it was and shit. But yeah, they forced him into retirement. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that, it's only so many spots on the team and shit, man. They ain't even had time for motherfuckers to be hanging on and shit like that.
It was just like, next.
Yeah, next.
Right. There's so many words, bro.
Everything is lagging right now.
Because they don't like my black ass.
You ain't seen all the streams?
Yep.
Yeah, that shows the physicality back then took a toll on the body.
Stream again,
bro.
Like Isaiah Thomas, I think Isaiah Thomas retired when he was like 32.
Yeah.
Yeah, injuries.
He was
There we go.
Yeah.
That's better.
That's what I was telling them dudes. Like he spent the
was a
whole he spent the whole the back third of his career like just battling injuries and shit. Like
up and down, them nagging injuries.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
With us again.
Yeah.
And also you have to take into account that an 80 plus game season, that's fatigue on your body, especially you going to the finals 3 years in a row. It's physically and mentally draining.
Right.
You know?
Yes, it is.
You have to
You
take
got
that into account.
back-to-back games.
Yeah.
Man, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. Yeah, it is a lot, bro.
Back when you actually had to play back to back. Back when
they didn't even.
Damn, is that?
They didn't even care about the schedule. Like schedule. Yeah,
They played back.
They just played the schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some shit that happened
about it.
2000.
Yeah, they just hey man, they just okay. Lace up your shoe on the Converse and let's go.
Let's go.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and they played in Converse. You got to stress that a little bit more. They played in freaking Converse. Jumping out. They were jumping out. Will Chamberlain and Bill Russell was out there jumping out the gym in freaking Converse, my nigga.
Everybody got checks on.
Like I said, yeah, like Lee and T said, people want to just act like everybody just started getting athletic when Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins was they started freaking dunking and shit. Like, come on.
Man, Will Chamberlain was the decathlon. That nigga long jump and all that, bro.
Bill Russell the same way. Track
Right.
long jump, all that.
You know, some of the youngsters don't know their history because they don't study.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
A lot of players now are really just one sport athletes. Like, that's something I have noticed. Like, I know from looking at some of the other players, they played multiple sports. Like, whatever was in season was what you played.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because you did that, you could carry over different things from different sports into whatever sport you're playing. Really,
some boys were
you know what? I agree with that, Scrub. But you know what the problem is? We had guys who only played one sport back then too. The problem is these motherfuckers don't know fundamentals at all.
Like, hell no.
That's exactly what it is.
One more time there, bro.
You're not talking right now.
This whole weekend of football has been terrible, and even during the season of basketball, it is terrible. The fundamentals is dead. It's
out of there.
It's out of there. It's out of there.
It don't exist.
I was saying that AZ. I'm talking about these DBs nowadays in college and pro don't have no fundamentals.
Man,
dog.
it's not just the DBs. It's the basketball players. It's baseball players. It's everybody.
Everyone.
Like everybody has lost fundamentals, and it's because these coaches are scared to teach now. And it's these owners, they're too busy just trying to pay for the athleticism and not the skill. Like I told
too
you,
much on analytics, bro, as well.
Oh, analytics is so fucking trash. Look,
analytics has made everybody fucking retarded. Analytics has made everybody fucking retarded.
You ain't get no ass in high school. Whoever created you ain't get no ass in high school. And I will put that up on anything. I'm gonna be like, what's your you ain't fuck shit. You ain't
like man, it's like that shit robs you of your freaking common sense on some real shit. Like I said, ain't no way in hell you gonna tell that you can convince me that a freaking 3-point shot, which is farther away from the basket, is a lot easier to make than a freaking layup or a dunk, which is right at the fucking basket.
There at the rim.
Stupid. That's fucking stupid.
But you gotta understand though, this has to do with the NBA.
If you take more threes, the percentages you get higher. Man, shut up.
Well, no, you know, their whole thing is like, okay, since the 3 is worth more than 2 anyways, you might as well just take the 3 all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's like the logic behind it. Instead of setting up the 3, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Like you gotta, like, you know, and this is like the NBA is doing. You know what I'm saying? The NBA is ruining their own game. You know what I'm saying? By letting all of this shit take, they're not protecting the game at all. You know what I'm saying? This is why the
Take away
late.
the 3-point line. These niggas don't even know where to stand.
Yeah,
They
right.
don't
They don't have no
they
position.
stand still. They don't. There's no off ball movement. There's no posting up. There's no mid range jump shots
No
coming off a
nothing.
screen.
Everybody just runs up and down the court. Just not.
Like damn, then
Even
run
in,
track
damn,
and call it
not
day.
even running in transition, Nick. Now I'm like, damn, niggas just running to be running.
It's just a 3-point shootout. That's all it be.
Nobody boxing out to get the rebound or nothing.
None.
You get the rebound and you're on a 3-on-2 or 3-on-1 fast break. Everybody just wants to rush to the 3-point. Back then,
Exactly.
we would have got
fucking
yelled at.
You people would have blitzed for that rim. Like, oh, all right, you got one guy versus three, man. You going either I'm gonna get a layup or you gonna be in this poster.
Stop running to the 3-point line.
Or or y'all you retreating that hard into the paint. All right, pull up. Where's the pull up jump shot? Where is the pull up mid range jump shot?
A lost art. A lost art.
It's like a Tyrannosaurus Rex is extinct.
I mean, but you like in analytics, they basically outlawed. They said like the mid range jumper is the worst shot to take according to analytics. You know what I'm saying?
That's because they ain't never get no fucking ass.
It's because first of all, it's because these kids they suck at the mid range. You know what I'm saying? You got a few specialists out there like your Devin Bookers and shit. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else, they just perimeter shooters, and that's it. You tell them to take 2 steps in,
and then you got to be honest. Them niggas don't work in the off season out to improve their game.
They don't.
Them niggas on Instagram and all that.
Right. They trying to get IG Fox and all that.
They trying to get followers instead of, man, follow your damn jump shot or follow some damn defensive moves.
And
that's just like old LeBum. He always, I'm in the lab. Well, shit, the lab don't consist of working on your free throws and working on your post game or none of that. You just lift weights. That's your lab.
And
you in the lab was drinking wine. In the lab was drinking wine.
Yeah.
And then the defense, like you get scored on. It's not. Oh, let the next time this dude get the ball, let me go at him. He's not scoring again. It's I got to score on him now, and I really don't care how much he score on me, and
I can't stand there. Are you right, Scrub? I can't stand. It's like, damn, man, where's the damn lockdown defense, bro?
Everybody
take some damn pride in your job.
Everybody's just playing one side of the court.
They used to piss me out when I'm like, okay, you get this, you finna get the next one.
This is what analytics is about too. You know what I'm saying? In the days when they used to play possession basketball, now the possessions don't matter and shit. You know what I'm saying? They want as many. That's why they take so many shots. You know what I'm saying? They just want to. That's why the game is so herky jerky and up and down, and people just take all kind of wild and crazy shots because you know what I'm saying. It's like, well, they're going to take a bunch of shots, so are we. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no strategy. No strategy left in the NBA.
No strategy at all. There's no strategy. There's no ball movement. There's no off the ball movement. There's no screening and passing. The pick and roll guys don't get a guy. Guys don't put their body on a guy and rub their shoulder off the screener. Nowadays, what they do is the screener just goes right up to the other guy's man. It just stands right there, so you're literally right in the screen, so you can't even rub off the shoulder. And it's a lot more common nowadays. Niggas will come up and not make any passes and will just launch a three. You couldn't do that shit back in the day. You couldn't be a point guard, just bring the ball up, not make any passes.
It would have been on the edge of the bench.
Next to the coach.
You would have been on the edge of the bench back then, getting your ass.
And there's no shootout. What real point guard is already in the game? A guy who can run the offense, whether he's a scorer or just or more facilitator. Who's the guy who can actually control tempo and run the offense the way it needs to be run? Get people involved when they need to get involved. Like
that's what being a point guard was all about. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, here's the thing: the point guard the point guard had the best handles on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he should be able. The point guard is always skilled, or should always be skilled enough to be able to get their shot anytime they want on the floor. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like more of a pass first kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get your shot anytime. You know what I'm saying? You handle the ball. You know what I'm saying? But you get your teammates involved. You know what I'm saying? You move around and they'll get you an easier shot where you don't even have to work as hard.
Hold on real quick. Shout out to Terrell Hubbard who keep the comment section rolling. Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym?
Go ahead, T.
In the gym? But yeah, no, it's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just it. You know, it's like fucking niggas, these niggas that, and like you say, don't nobody work on the fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? When's the last player you seen use the glass and shit? You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you used to be able to have so many skills just to survive in the NBA. If you couldn't use no, if you couldn't use no glass,
it goes back to what the coaches used to always say: the backboard is your friend. You know
yeah. Backboard is your friend. Aim for the square. Yep.
Aim for that square.
All right, y'all.
Ain't talking about a joint.
All right, Jose, man, be cool.
All right,
Jose, man.
Yeah, peace, Jose.
All
right, hey, so.
All right.
All right, Mr. Indiana.
Yeah, using the mid-range to your advantage, that's a lost art. Using the backboard to your advantage is a lost art. It's like, how do you think Tim Duncan has scored all his points? How do you think somebody like Will Chamberlain scored all his points? It wasn't just off the layups and dunks. You know what I'm saying?
Backboard.
Nah, Tim Duncan is probably the last player to use the backboard on a consistent basis. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like these kids don't know shit about using the glass.
Footwork was impeccable.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He would always put himself in perfect position to get his shot off the glass. I mean, that was part of your game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it. I don't. But then again, they don't play no position basketball, so it don't even matter. People don't even play in the paint no more.
But even if you're not playing necessary position basketball, there's still things you can do to be an effective player that actually show some damn skill and help your team.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like what I said, man. Boys don't want to work on their craft no more, man. Boy, just want to just go out there and shoot.
They want the instant gratification. They don't want. They don't want to put in the work to be
microwave.
They rely too much on their athleticism. See, when we were coming up, yeah, you had athleticism, but see, players would add skill. They would do the basics. They would add that. Like Michael Jordan was probably the first like athletic guy we've seen that was highly skilled, who had footwork. That we've never seen that before. And then we had more of him come in the league, the Kobe's, the T-Macs, the Grant Hills, the Pennies. You start having all these guys who were athletic, but they had skill. LeBron came in the game and fucked it up because he came in with just athleticism, and everybody saw what he was doing instead of them copying D Wade or Melo, who actually were skilled. Like they had footwork in the post. They were able to shoot the mid range. Melo's another guy who was able to use the backboard and shoot the mid range. Yes. He just don't get the credit.
1 year Syracuse when they won.
I legit was talking to one of my coworkers I work with about this. Like, we really had a conversation about this. That LeBron doesn't like how people give LeBron all this credit for being a skilled player, talking about he's the greatest of all time. First of all, you can't be the greatest of all time. You don't play defense. He doesn't play defense.
Absolutely.
You watch the film, he does not play defense. That alone is a wrap. Then you talk about his skill. What skill? All right, he can get to the rim. He has that athleticism. All right, that's cool. But where's the footwork? Where's the game in the post that with his size he should be dominating?
Where is the mental?
What skills does he have besides passing, which is an overrated skill? It is.
And we talk about, if you want to talk about rebounding, this dude averages 7. With his size, he should be averaging 10 a game.
Yeah, 10 plus. 10 plus.
10 plus.
No doubt.
With this size, he shouldn't be struggling to get 22 points at the end of the fucking fourth quarter. Excuse my language.
No, you're right. He should be averaging 30. He should be averaging 30 points a game as well.
It should be easy to him. It should be easy to him.
I mean,
Get that out your bed.
I mean, the lanes are open. There's you really can't. You can't get touched. No one can hand check you. The lanes are open, and you can easily go to the basket and get fouled and whatnot, and you're not taking advantage of that.
Yeah, right. And I was telling little bro about this other YouTube dudes, man. The nigga timed me out because I was just being honest with him. I'm like, bro, you saying all these statistics about LeBron. I'll look at the end of the results. The nigga is 3-6 in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a damn about if he leads statistical and this and that. What did you do on the court?
There you go.
It's about wins and losses, dog.
Wins and losses and what I see on that film. That film shows me you are not as great as everyone claims you are. Nowhere close.
And they were talking about how he played against more All-Stars than Jordan. I don't give a damn about that. Did he win? Did he win?
You talk about being the greatest of all time. Did you win? Did you do what you needed to do when it was absolutely time to get it done? And you did not.
I'm not a Jordan fan, but I can respect his tenacity. The nigga's 6-0.
Right.
Kobe 5-2.
Defensive first team. Defensive players of the year, all that good shit.
But I already knew what I was into. It was a bunch of LeBron fans, and they were just trying to trash our boy Ticket. Though I was like, damn, bro, y'all niggas this.
Speaking of that,
yeah. If you even blink wrong at LeBron, it's a problem.
It's a problem, bro. I'm like, bro.
Yeah. Hey man, speaking of that,
nigga, you should have heard it, bro. I was just like, damn, bro. Oh, Kobe ain't this and that.
I would have probably popped a blood vessel. I'm good.
I'm glad my little bro wasn't on that. I was like, nigga,
I already know how I am, so I'm good on that. I'm good on that. But somebody who since we were talking,
they put me on timeout. I said, oh man. I wasn't cussing and then I was just giving facts. I'm like, bro, this nigga got swept in the finals. He lost a marginal record in the NBA finals and got gentlemen swept twice.
Yeah. Since we was talking about, how
you tell me how was that a go? How was that a go?
Right. Exactly.
Bro.
Since we was talking about earlier, the lost art of actually the bank shot. Somebody that I was just watching too that used like the entire backboard to their advantage, man. George Gervin, man, with his finger roll and his touch around it was incredible. Beautiful wash. Beautiful wash.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful wash, dog.
I'm talking about how he would just glide through that, how he would just move, this defy all gravity, dog, and this moving this.
He used the backboard. He used the backboard to its full capacity, bro. For real, it was incredible.
That damn finger roll, man.
Beautiful.
Boy, it was amazing, man. Man, you don't get too many players like that anymore, man.
No, you don't.
It's unfortunate.
Then don't get me started on baseball and how that's become a total nightmare, or just the strikeouts and home runs. There's like, bro, they don't hit for doubles, they don't hit for triples.
Even in baseball, you right, fam. You right. It's like, man, it's like nobody, the hand-eye coordination, that's gone. Everybody just swinging. No base
no one
hits,
steals bases. No one steals bases, hit runs, none of that.
No nothing.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead out. I gotta go ahead for the night. Y'all be cool.
All right, Nick.
HD come back. Let him know that T is in the back chat. Yeah, got kicked out for some weird reason. Oh, there you go.
What's up? All right,
good luck on that paper, man.
Oh yeah, most
good luck on your paper, bro.
Easy work.
You better get it.
Go knock out that paper.
Easy work, man. This is nothing.
From Chicago.
Listen, you shouldn't even have to read. You shouldn't even have to look in no books. You go right off of memory and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, God bless y'all, man. Y'all be cool, man.
Yeah,
All
man,
right,
we
bro.
holler
Yeah,
at you,
man.
nigga.
Be
Hey,
safe,
man.
bro.
Yeah. All right, that's better. Detroit Hollywood T. Shit. Not no
Hey,
fun
T,
Detroit
guy.
man, you a
Hollywood
fun
T.
guy, dog.
Detroit Hollywood too.
Hollywood T, man. Not no fucking fun guy. We not doing
Not
fun
no fun
shit.
guy,
That's
not no just plain
Hollywood.
old Detroit
Hey,
T.
but we
Detroit
always have
Hollywood.
fun with this
Hollywood
guy
T.
T, though.
You said
It's
what?
always a fun time with that guy.
That's crazy. That's
I can't
wild,
argue with
boy.
that.
That's
That
wild.
motherfucker, buddy. Yeah, that boy El Chapo just him Burundi up. Like, well, we gonna bring that cash out, man.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so, yeah.
Yeah,
Rightfully
man.
Right.
so.
Cash App, PayPal, Western Union, MoneyGram, all that.
Whatever you got, come on. Oh, exactly. LeBron James throw, baby.
Throw baby. Yep, that's him. And then, man, what's up, man? What's up with this nigga Westbrook, yo? And Clarkson dressing alike, going to the same department store.
Man, I don't care. Whatever fashion or clothing
Hollywood
we wear.
swinging.
If we rolling together, we can't be wearing the same thing. Unless we unless we in some kind of uniform and we doing some type of mission, something like that. Ain't no way we wearing the same clothing.
Right.
I don't think no.
I mean, I'm at the point. It ain't even on them no more. It's on us as brothers to stop being like, oh well, damn, bro. It's like, if Chappelle didn't wake your ass up, I don't know what will. You know what I mean? We just go years and years and years of the same thing. They keep trying to promote this agenda, and we keep being like, oh, what's going on, nigga? Wake up. We know what it is by now.
Yep. We just ought to. It's like shit. All that old bullshit he used to wear back in the day, all that fucking, this nigga was wearing capri pants and all of that bullshit. Like, bruh, he been suspect for a minute, at least to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't got nothing to do with his basketball skills, but he always been suspect.
You know what happened? That nigga got to LA and said, I'm coming out.
Right. Listen, I mean that's what you do in LA. If that's in you, you got all the
that's
motherfucking
what you do.
weirdos
You
out
want to
there.
be part of the satanic agenda cult in Hollywood. That's what you do. You willing to sell yourself out and to promote yourself to feminize black men and to try to homosexualize these kids, and to promote agenda. It is what it is.
Is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's the problem comes in is these motherfuckers be idolizing these niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what none of these niggas do in they back live. They could be doing worse shit than that. You know what I'm saying? That's you don't idolize none of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nobody what these niggas be doing in their personal time. What they do in their personal time is their personal business and shit. But like Westbrook, like he got a whole, he obviously on some bullshit. He out there for New York Fashion Week and shit. He promoting that shit.
I was just gonna say that it's some Fashion Week shit, so that's what they, they promoting it. That's why they do it at this time, because they showing you the agenda, what they want, young black men and black men to wear in America.
What they want to do.
Yeah, it's Fashion Week. That's why this shit going on.
That shit crazy though, bro. That's what they want motherfuckers to wear and shit. It's like,
ain't got nothing to do with me.
Exactly. Me and none of mine. Shit.
Couldn't be. Like,
They just gotta start. They gotta start being real about these niggas, man. Like shit. You don't know what don't worship none of these niggas. Don't idolize none of these niggas. Like they good at their craft and shit, and that's exactly how you should look at it.
They good at their job, and that's it. They do their job, and all right. I watch them. That's it. I don't follow them